What it do? What it do? What it do? We in the building once again. Loyal to the game, boxing, and my co-host OTB Boxing Class 101, where we turn casual fans into die-hard boxing fans. What's going on, family?
What's happening with the brethren?
Man, I can't call it, man. I'm living a dream, as they say, man.
Gotta say that, man.
Living a
Gotta
dream,
say that.
living a dream, man. Man, man, what a day, what a week. We got. Let me go ahead and remove this overlay real quick. There we go. Yeah, take a look at my. Now you,
it's
I'm
gonna
a,
be a, it's
you
gonna be a
you
long
started to
three
realize
months.
how much of a fucking character I am, huh? man, man,
Salute, my
man. I
brethren.
know that man. Yo, bro, I know that man is hotter than fish grease in the motherfucker, man.
Man.
Cause, cause he not gonna get nothing. He don't deserve nothing. He don't get nothing out of this fight, man. He this. I think they said Bob Arum has COVID, man. I think he.
Man, he don't want to be caught up in that
I
shit.
know. I
We
know.
already know what's up with Bob.
I
Bob
know.
ain't stupid. Bob say
Yeah,
shit.
Bob,
Fuck
Bob,
that.
Bob said, "Yo, every question they asked Tyson
Damn, my bad.
Fury today, every question they asked Tyson Fury today had to do with MTK Global, man. It was crazy, man. Every single last question, man. But yeah, man, we gonna cook today, man. Today we got a lot of action going on with Terrence Crawford and Earl, man. Just definitely a lot of action. Looks like it's gonna be a great build up to this fight. Just based off of what we seeing going on in Twitter. EJ got a shopping list and it got Bud at the bottom of it. He got a shopping cart. And Bud talking about he liked that type of energy, man. So man, it's definitely going to be a great build up going into this one, man. Let's see who's in the chat.
Facts, facts.
My boy Lenore, remember little Bubby riding Earl Coattails so
Here we
long
go. Yeah, I got some energy today, Lenore. Don't worry about it. I
ago.
got some energy today.
Man,
Don't
no,
worry.
listen, man, you can't be mad at Lenore. He just telling the truth, man. He just the messenger. I mean, he not the one. He not the one who made Bud Ride Earl coattails all
Man,
the way
it's
to a payday.
420. You know I got some energy today.
salute, salute to the Queen, Melanated Royalty. Always a pleasure to have you in the
Facts, facts,
building.
facts,
Always a pleasure, man.
facts, facts.
Oh man, what a day, man. What a day. First off, first off, I like what I saw today. EJ in the gym. EJ in the gym, man. He just broke. I don't even call the man a body snatcher. He just might be the bone snatcher, the bone collector, because he running around here. Uh, what I said that was so wrong, fam. I mean, he
We
around here breaking
such
bones.
fans of the moment in boxing, man. This shit. In baseball, man, you hit a home run. Circle the bases, sit your ass down.
that ain't
In
man.
boxing, dog.
Me. You see, I'm the type of motherfucker that's going. I hit a home run. I'm gonna moonwalk around the base. See, I'm that type of
Oh man, you
motherfucker,
gonna
right?
stare the pitcher down and alley,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Oh man, you trying to get beamed next time up. Uh, we gonna charge the man. Go get a coach.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
Just know we gonna ride our test that shit about you.
Salute, man. Salute. We got. I don't know who this is. I'm gonna have to check my. Man, y'all gotta click that stream. Y'all Facebook users, man. Y'all gotta click that StreamYard button. That way, we can know we can get a picture and a name, man. Facebook uses a little bit generic. I
Yeah,
normally
give you
don't
the
post
flowers
them.
you deserve. We just want
Yeah,
to give you the flowers you deserve.
absolutely. And And since he said he riding with EJ till the wheels fall off, I posted it. So, we had to.
King Petty, man. Wait
Yeah,
till
yeah.
my soundboard come next week, man. You gonna get the King Petty every
Lord. That's who I be, man. I'm sorry, man. That's who I be, man. All right. What's up, my family, my brother, P House in the
salute to the
building.
G.
Salute Detroit.
Fact.
Lenore says exactly. Earl know the task ahead must be 100% to beat Bud. Yes, he does. I agree with that 100%. We got 100. We need to be 100% to make mincemeat out of his rib cage. Absolutely. Salute to the God. What's your point? Number one, facts, brother. What's good with
Facts,
you?
facts, facts. Salute, salute.
Jawil Murphy. He said, "Did you see what Ugas posted 3 hours ago?" No, I didn't. Let me see. Let me see if I can find something on my split screen action. Let me see.
Oh gosh,
Ugas.
you would tell him too.
Oh man, what happened? I'm just trying to see. What the man posted.
Man, it doesn't matter. He's retired. Dude is retired now.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait, hold on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We got to. Me. I got screens to share.
Uh,
Let's
go
see.
ahead, man. Ty.
Let's see what's going on here with the guy. Oh, is this Twitter? Let's see what's going on, you Danny. Let's see what's
Hopefully it's a retirement, motherfucker. Because after all of that, I'm sorry I don't want to see
let's
him
see.
fight no more.
This is it? No, maybe this is not it. Spence Ugas like a fighter inside and outside the ring on my biggest side of my career, 100%. And remember, unpolitical. Oh no, that just looks like what he said before the fight. Let's see. Is there something else? What did he post? What did he post and where did he post it to?
And you know what else I thought about that I realized though?
What's that?
He's partly responsible for them making all of them Cuban fighters able to fight professionally.
Mm, okay.
You know what I mean? Al
Hmm.
made shit. You gotta think after that fight with Spence, that's money that Cuba could have been getting.
Okay. Hold
They
on.
definitely thought about all the money that the economy missed in the process of
Oh,
his
absolutely.
success.
Yeah. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah, I know
We
you're gonna
we
find
might
it.
we
I
gonna
know you're gonna
find something
find it. I,
here.
I, I know you're gonna
We gonna
find it.
we supposed to find something here.
If not, y'all, that is King Petty, man. He will create
Oh
a Dennis You guys page, man.
man, listen. Come on, Logan.
This
Wait,
shit is
give me what
this
I need.
this shit
Give
is
me
just
what I need.
getting out of hand to me. Hey,
Give me what
yeah, I
I.
say, man, I listen to so much shit today. I say, I got time today. Don't worry about it, man. You lucky I was about to check in and then come check in with the home team, man.
Okay, wait, hold on. Where you sent that message to, man? I ain't seeing it in here. It should be in here. Oh, wait, hold on a second. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Hold on. There we go. There we go. All right, let's do some reading. All right, Dennis Ugas 3 hours ago. Spence Ugas, thank God, my right eye open today. And finally I can travel. Crazy that eye of mine been bleeding nonstop for almost 40 hours. God damn. My wife says, first of all, we know Ugas ain't write this because the nigga using semicolons and shit. We know that he ain't write this shit.
Facts,
All right, you know
facts.
what I'm saying? My wife says she looked like she was shedding blood tears. I miss my dogs, my house. That since I bought it last year, between the stress of fighting, working hard all these months, I haven't enjoyed it. I haven't bathed or in the pool yet. Okay. Now comes the hardest part after recovery. is trying to forget about boxing 2 to 3 months and enjoy what, thank God, with hard work, dedication, sweat I've earned. I think for the first time I feel overwhelmed from being in the public eye. Go to Twitter and watch you Dennis Ugas, Ugas, Ugas. Thanks again to my family, my team, especially community, most of my Cuban brothers in victory and in defeat supported me and respected me. And for all the communist rats, cowards, and jealous ones who are on holiday and hate me for the man I am, so I represent for my spirit and wind to overcome me, that I can tell them I'm still here with my forehead up. And today, well, I can't see the rest of that shit. All right. Well, the only thing that meant anything to me and all of this long ass shit was this nigga eye was shut and bled for 40 hours. You know, a lot of there's something magical about the number 40. You know,
Oh
they
my
said,
gosh,
you
man!
know, they said,
Does that have a blue check by it?
you know,
There's no blue check by that page, man. I
you
don't
know they
trust it. I don't trust
you know they said Jesus fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. So there's something spiritual about that ass whooping his eye took. You know, but hey, Dennis Ugas, I salute you, man. You are you know, you a real G, man. I appreciate you, man. You
it.
know, I
Jesus,
felt
Daddy flooded the world for 40 days and 40 nights too. Shit, I
that
ain't
means
hearing that shit, bro.
that means that means he took a holy ass whooping. That's all that means, man. We gotta thank Spence for that, man. He blessed him, man. Yeah,
A holy ass
it was a
whooping.
holy ass whooping. He probably caught that uppercut at a 40-degree angle to his eye, you know. But hey, look, Dennis Ugas, I salute you, man. You actually at this point my favorite Errol Spence opponent to date. Very classy guy, work hard, uh, did it. You know, he earned his shit the hard way. You know, it take a real champion to take losses and bounce back. And salute to the Cuban brother who gave him the 20 grand and sent him to Vegas, man, because that was a hell of a fight. And if Ugas would have just quit boxing, that would have really been a waste because he's done some great things in his career. He's done some really great things in his career, and I have to salute him like a champion. Someone posted today in social media that Earl Spence broke Ugas' will, and I said no, he didn't. I mean, he broke him down physically, but Ugas still wanted to fight. So
And that's what I was saying. Like it's a difference between breaking a person mentally and physically.
right,
And yeah, I mean, when you break a person mentally, then they don't want to fight no more. When you break them physically, then they can't fight no more.
right, facts, man. But what I'm seeing is what I'm seeing is, and let me just get to some of these comments in here, man. Hold on 1 second. What's good with you, Floyd Tough, competitor Mayweather? What's good with you, man? If I wish you was part of the Money Team,
Salute, salute.
I tell you, hit that cash app you see down there, Money Team. Floyd Mayweather, they ain't gonna hurt you, man. You know what I'm
I'm just
saying?
gonna tell you to tell Nard Mayweather I appreciate it.
We appreciate you, family.
Yeah, man.
Uh, he said, I just escalate on the pic. Read the caption. No, I'm gonna have to take a look at that. You already know Petty, my middle name, man. You know what I'm
King
saying?
Petty.
King, King. I'm better than the King. I'm Emperor Petty. You know, I'm
Man,
taking Petty to a
here
whole
we
new
go.
level. You know what I'm saying? He said, yeah, he took a holy ass whooping. You know,
I
you
got a
know.
holy ass whooping before burning jeans in the pulpit. Shit, I got caught burning jeans in the pulpit. They tore my ass up.
Oh my goodness. Uh, he said, nice to see a beaten man's in good spirits. Yeah, man, he got a lot of character. I like you, Dennis Ugas, man. He can hang his head high. With his performance and everything he's done, because ain't a damn soul picked him to beat Manny Pacquiao, and he turned around and did that. So that's a testament to who he is.
Facts, facts.
Uh, he said Bud Twitter is figging like a motherfucker. Look, we gonna get right to it, man. My boy EJ back in the gym. What you think about that? What you think about that OTB boxing?
I think the fight day sooner than we expected.
You think so?
I think like Thanksgiving.
Mm,
Why else
okay.
would I mean that's a unless you're just showing this man that much respect. And I understand that his talent deserved that much respect. You feel me?
Right.
I ain't I'm rocking with Shawty. But that's soon.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
soon. And
Bud
not
did the
only
same thing. He did the same thing with Kell Brook. He went back to the gym with that swollen ass eye real quick too. He was in there quick.
yeah,
So,
they say Bud was in the gym the night of the fight.
mm, damn.
They say
Okay.
during the fight, Shawty was in the gym. So, you know what I mean? Which I don't doubt. And you know what I mean? Both of them. But that just make me tend to think like, damn, y'all getting ready soon. To
I
fight deal just was rumored 3 weeks ago. Erickson
yeah
Lubin week. You feel me? Like shit.
yeah. I think oh, what a great picture. What a great picture. Hold on, let's go share that picture real quick. There goes some of that holy ass whooping he was taking. There we go.
That's that straight left hand. I told y'all he was gonna land all night.
Mm, mm, mm. Damn. God damn.
And
How
every
you
time I watch it, I'm more impressed. But
what impressed you the most?
that he that he actually fought Ugas fight.
Okay. Okay.
Like as much as he used his legs, he could have boxed him. Yeah, I mean, like he could have boxed him the whole fight. Like he ain't have to go ham once he took his little shot. Like, but I judge a fighter by after he get hit. I don't judge a motherfucker. All that shit, like that shit don't mean nothing until your ass get hit. And
I don't think Earl could have boxed Ugas all night. I think that would have been a tall order, man. I think that would have been a real tall order because the way Ugas was countering his jab to the body, well, he was countering Earl's jab to his body. Um, that looked like I was a little worried about that. They had a really good game plan, and they did some things in that fight, that I felt like, man, hopefully she. And I'm just like, there's some things Bud could have took away from that, from that. EJ was a little rusty, but I don't think it could have just went down to pure boxing. I didn't see Spence have really any success until he landed. Well, actually, I had watched some film breakdown, and Spence countered one of Ugas's jabs with a left hook to the body. And we ain't see no more jabs after. We ain't see no more counter jabs after that. He became a little gun shy after that. So, uh,
they say that that's the shot that broke his ribs.
I believe it because he didn't want to throw any more shots after that.
And I'm inclined to believe that because if my rib broke, I ain't throwing no damn jabs. Now that's one punch I ain't throwing. I might even neglect this, depending on which side of my ribs is broken. I might even neglect that whole hand.
You said you crazy as all hell, man. He said I gave Ugas 0 rounds. The fuck?
Nah, hell nah.
Nah,
You
I
capping.
can't say that.
Nah,
I
stop the
think
cap. Stop.
I gave Ugas. I say I would have gave Ugas maybe about 3 rounds. I gave him about 3 rounds in that fight. I think it was a back and forth fight up to round 4. It was back and forth, and then round 6 technically. I mean, even though the ref did say stop, he could have, the, that
That
if
shit ain't
if the
mean nothing.
refs,
He was hurt before the ref said stop. Can we quit
yeah,
with this
yeah.
narrative that he wasn't hurt before the ref said stop? He was
Well,
hurt before the ref said stop and before the uppercut
I
because
don't
his
know.
head went straight down.
Well,
Like,
I don't know if he was. Well, I mean, you would know better than me. I mean, you OTV boxing class. I don't know if I would say he was hurt. I would say he took some clean shots.
right. I can agree with that.
I don't
Now
know if
that's
he
more
was hurt.
accurate. No,
I
yeah,
know.
that's smart.
Yeah. I now when now he was hurt when he took that right hand and fell into the road. Because if there was no road there, he probably would have fell. So it could have been a knockdown. I think it was just I think it was on Earl part very uh amateurish to do what he did in that moment. And secondly, I think the ref did a very poor job too.
Well, not only that, but remember I kept saying I wanted to see how he was gonna respond given that dental work that you have. When
Mhm,
you have
mhm,
dental work done, you feel me? Then a
mhm.
motherfucker punch you in your mouth like it's natural. You
Yeah,
understand? Like you can't blame nobody for that type shit.
right.
And we can't never, yeah, I mean, neglect to think that that's gonna always have an effect on his fight.
Yeah,
Like shit, to not that's just not looking at the reality of the matter. Like,
right, right.
so
I
I
think
knew. Go ahead.
yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, I think just by looking at what he did in the Garcia fight as well when his mouthpiece flew out his mouth, that he's very aware of his dental work and don't want to be hit in it without a
Facts.
mouthpiece in it.
Facts.
Because as soon as that mouthpiece come out, he it's like he looking for like treasure. Like he looking for that motherfucker. Like he dropped $100 on the ground or
Facts. Facts.
something. It's like he lose sight of everything. Yo, I
Hey,
remember the
you couldn't have told that motherfucker he was even in the fight. Shit,
right,
stop
right.
everything.
I,
Nobody move.
you know what he reminded me of? I remember the first time I got a tattoo. I was living in Brooklyn. I was 17 years old. We were standing outside the tattoo place. There was always a line to get in this place for about an hour. And this dude, these guys came down the block on motorcycles. And they was wheeling and shit. And this one dude in the back wheelied and busted his ass and fell off the motorcycle. And his motherfucking now this was a thugged out looking ass nigga, but this nigga dentures fell out his mouth. Like, yo, I swear to God, you gotta think, bro. I'm 42. This shit happened when I was 17, so you know this shit was funny. This nigga dentures fell out his mouth. He looked around for them motherfuckers for about a good half hour and then called his boys. There was a bunch of niggas probably about 20 minutes later came. It was like a search party for the nigga dentures. And they found it. And that nigga blew them bitches off and threw them back in his mouth, man. So man, when niggas be real, niggas be real funny about their teeth, man. When your teeth, when your teeth come out, or you got some brand new teeth in there, man, you trying to keep them bitches in your mouth. So, EJ, come on now, you look a little bit suspect, man, with looking for your mouthpiece, man. We gotta do a little bit better than that, EJ. You know what I'm saying? Because you couldn't take no shot from Boots or someone like that. Looking for your shit. You'd
I,
have been
I'm
seriously
just
hurt.
saying that even the ref was like, stop.
Yeah, I
Like
was
what
like,
the ain't nobody asked that question yet. Somebody need to interview that ref and say, what did you stop the fight for?
well,
It's,
he said stop though. He said stop before EJ got hit. He said stop
but for what?
because his fucking mouthpiece came out his mouth. He said stop. EJ, I don't even EJ heard stop, but it was like that nigga was in his own world. You know what I'm saying? He looked, his eyes went straight to the floor. I mean, he wasn't looking at Ugas, he wasn't looking at shit. That nigga he looking for his mouthpiece, man. So, EJ, we gotta do better than that, man. We can't be having no lapses in judgment. But what that shows me though is that motherfucker got a chin. You going even if you put him down, you still gonna have to fight him, man.
Yeah, he tough as nails. I ain't
You
even
going
gonna hold you. He did prove that. He tough
yeah,
as nails.
because when he came, his legs were a little like wobbly when he bounced off the rope and everything. But right after that, I mean, he had his legs, but he had everything back that quick, man. That's what I'm saying. I keep telling y'all guys, him and Crawford is going. That's cool. That fight gonna come down to who's the most durable, man. Because that motherfucker's gonna be tossing leather at each other. So it's whoever could take the punishment the best. me personally, I think Crawford only chance to me, honestly, is if he used a whole lot of movement and he's just able to outbox EJ without EJ touching him. But I don't see that. I don't see him being able to do that for like 12 straight rounds. Because y'all gonna have to exchange, or if EJ just if he run into something coming in, you know what I'm saying? If Terrence Crawford catch him coming in with something hard, then he might have he'll have some issues. But my thing is, I don't see how Terrence Crawford will be able to stand up to that type of punishment though. I don't see it.
He
Maybe
got
I'm
to
wrong.
man. EJ can't just walk in there and not respect Bud because Bud, like we didn't already agree, Bud the better finisher. So
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, in the terms that it come down to who make the first mistake.
Right.
Then shit, both of them got to play their cards right.
But you
Can
see
either
what
one of
happened.
y'all really jump out that tree?
True, true. Now you see what happened. You see what happened to Ugas, right? Like you said, first time he took a body shot, his shit was probably broke. His first clean one he took.
Getting them
He,
body
he,
shots off with somebody that got 74-inch reach is different. That's a
true,
different level. Yeah, I mean,
true.
that's a different type of space to close.
He could close it though.
I ain't
He could
saying he can't.
he could
We
close
all
it.
know, like shit, when you got a jab that pretty, then shit, yeah, you can close the space. Closing the space ain't the problem. Shit, it's what's waiting on you when you do.
Mm,
And
I don't know. Mhm.
we done seen dude finish shit.
Yeah, no, I can't deny that, man. I definitely can't deny that. So, uh, what's your thoughts? Wait, hold on a second. Look like your boy got a new post. Let's see what's going on here. Hold on a second. Let's see what we got going on in here.
Yeah,
I'm I'm gonna
I
give your
already
man a
seen
little
that
bit.
shit.
I'm about to give your man a little bit of shine.
That's just him and Shakur getting it in. You know, it's Oscar Valdez week.
We ain't got. He's just working. He's just working out. He's just working out. He's just working out. I can't play the audio. Let's see. Let's see if we got some action in here. Let's see if we get a little bit of action in here with your boy. He a workhorse, man. You gotta respect him, man. The man's definitely a workhorse. The man's definitely a workhorse. EJ's definitely gonna have to. He's gonna have to be on point defensively in this fight. He's definitely gonna have to be on point defensively in this fight. But but OTB, I just think that once Terrence Crawford get hit, I think that's when the fight's going to end because he Terrence Crawford want to get his lick back, man. I
Shit,
think he's
EJ
gonna.
do too.
Yeah, yeah,
You
he
see,
do.
we seen EJ goddamn it had he want his shit back. Yeah, he don't just want it back in one. You hit this
Hmm.
motherfucker once, he gotta hit you twice.
Yeah, yeah. Man, look, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, fam. I'm a little nervous about Terrence Crawford's right hook. I'm a little nervous about that punch. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, because EJ get flat footed.
I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous about that left hook, and I'm a little nervous about that long ass fucking uppercut he got. Those are two punches I'm a little bit nervous of. So I just, I just know that we need to slow his ass down and beat the shit out of him. That
And,
that's
and
what we got to do.
and I ain't gonna hold you. I'm nervous about your boy. Period.
Okay, okay,
Period.
okay. I
I'm
mean that's
nervous
fair.
about that jab. I'm nervous about everything it open up. And I'm nervous that my fighter love to fight.
Right.
Like that's his shit. Like this, he got one of them egos that's so big. He might. Everybody keeps saying he don't fight orthodox. Like he might come out and fight 6 rounds orthodox.
Mm, he ain't gonna fight no 6 rounds because he come out 5 6 rounds orthodox. He gonna be sleep. He gonna be waking up off the I don't know if he gonna be waking up off the canvas, but he gonna be laying on the motherfucking canvas. You know, Bomac might throw in his napkin. I mean, the towel. So you know, we'll see. We'll see, man. It's such a great matchup. It's such a great matchup. Now, I got a question. What's the infatuation with Jamel Charlo? Why does Bud Crawford not like Jamel Charlo so much?
because he fooled. Everybody been thinking Jermale Charlo been fooled since Tony Harrison.
Mm.
Once Tony Harrison went out there and jabbed that boy all night, and then that second fight, Tony Harrison beat him in the pocket. Like shit, Jermale Charlo don't knock Tony Harrison out that fight. He lose that fight.
But did you see on the official scorecards? I didn't agree with them, but they had Charlo up.
Yeah, I ain't agree with that shit. Yeah, they put him up just like they put Lubin up once he got beat the fuck up. So, you know what I
Mm.
mean? Everybody want to look like they right at the end of the day. But we all know Tony Harrison was winning that second fight. He just started showing out too much. And Charlo blasted him.
I got a
Which
question. I got a question for you,
go
OTG.
ahead, shoot, bro.
Do you think the version of Earl Spence we saw against Ugas would have stopped Sean Porter?
Yes. I
Yeah,
think
okay.
that was the best Errol Spence I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah. Errol was on this shit.
I I don't know if that was the best Earl Spence I've seen. I don't
What
think
was
it
the
was the
best Errol
best.
Spence you seen?
The best Earl Spence I saw was against Lamar Peterson.
Lamont Peterson was old to me, so that was just like that was more or less sad for me to watch for Lamont Peterson.
Mm. Yeah. What about Spence versus the Earl Spence versus Kell Brook? You think the one who fought? You think the version that fought Ugas is better than that version?
Yes,
Elaborate.
finishing, man. I feel like Kell Brook brought that fight to Errol Spence, and that was his detriment. Like as much as Kell Brook was getting his rocks off, like yeah, I
Hmm.
mean, I ain't even gonna cap. Kell Brook got his shit off, and Errol, I mean, it seemed like with you guys, he never did really like as much as he was countering the little jab. Like he ain't get to do what he want. Ugas is like he's a body puncher, bro. He want to body punch you and then keep you in front of him, and he couldn't never do that. And when you can get a fighter to get outside they fight, then yeah, I mean, shit, I got you beat mentally and physically now.
Mm.
So to me, in the Kell Brook fight, Kell Brook still like to me, even when they stopped that fight, Kell Brook was landing punches. We could pull this shit up now. Kell Brook was
Hmm.
landing punches the whole round. He was
Yeah, he
just
was.
getting hit with twos and threes.
Yeah. Yeah. He got broken down slowly. He slowed down. You know,
Facts, facts,
he slowed down, and this is a common theme though that a lot of people don't pay attention to is that fighters slow down when they fight Errol Spence, while he doesn't slow down
facts. And
because
that's another reason you gotta respect Sean Porter. I apologize about cutting you off, but EJ slowed down with Sean Porter.
yeah. No, well, now do you think that was a testament to Sean Porter, or do you think that was a testament to EJ coming in there half-assed?
That was a testament to Sean Porter. You
Okay,
got to get
okay.
Sean Porter. Sean Porter did a lot, and Sean Porter landed shots.
Yeah, he did.
God
He
damn it, we
landed the
go,
most shots ever.
yeah, he landed shots, and then Sean Porter did a lot. The bouncing shit, you know what I mean? Which don't get me wrong, because of the pressure, EJ adapted. And that's a big thing that you got to look at too. Like shit, we done seen EJ make adjustments. I done
Hmm.
seen like people told me I ain't seen EJ fight off the back foot. Shit, Sean Porter put EJ on the back foot,
Yeah,
pressured the fuck out of him.
yeah,
And
he
EJ
did.
showed you, goddamn it, I got some footwork in here.
Yeah,
I
I
can
was
counter
shocked
punch
about
with
that.
your ass now.
I
I
was
can,
shocked about that.
yeah, like yeah, I mean, and that's what really helped him. I felt like that's what was gonna help him in the you guys fight too. And That's why that breakdown really got so much motherfucking success because that was the difference. His legs, man. And Terrence Crawford, another one. Like shit, he got good feet, but he ain't got great feet. You feel me? Like shit, he got long reach, so he can manipulate a lot of action just by pushing down on you, getting in space for his counters. Whereas
Mm.
EJ, he gonna pop that jab to set up everything else. So
Yeah. So so the brother has he got three straps now: Super WBA, WBC, and IBF. We know that he got some. It looks like for all of those belts, he has some mandatories too. Well, not yet. Boots got to fight Clayton coming up in May for that title eliminator. We know the IBF is super strict about that. Uh, so do you really believe we're gonna get this fight next?
what the Bulls fight after these fights?
Well, the Crawford and Spence fight. Do you
Oh
think?
yeah, we got to get it next, bro. Can't neither one of them take no fights in between. You got to give that to the fans, man. You got to.
So there was a rumor though, and
Five,
it's
six. Go
just a
ahead.
rumor that Bomac. Someone said Bomac has stated they were supposed to be back in the ring in July. It was a rumor. I heard that like either yesterday or today. Someone said Bomac had said they was going to be back in the ring in July.
Mm-mm-mm. I hope not, man. That would
I hope
push.
not too.
That would push that fight all the way back to December.
Yeah, yeah. I was figuring the fight's going to be at the second half of the year, November, December.
That
I
would
had
push
already.
that fight into December, January, because you got to
Yeah,
give it 3 months at
yeah,
least,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and then you got to give it another extra 4 weeks of press.
yeah. Man, man, man.
Nah, hell nah. I'm gonna be the only motherfucker talking shit about that fight, boy.
Really?
We don't get that fight to January, February,
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I thought you meant in
even
turn.
December. I'm gonna be a pissed fan, bro.
So, so you. I mean, I hate to keep going back to this, but you would really have a problem with him fighting Keith Thurman?
Yes, bro. Yes, for what? And not only that, like shit, I'm gonna set aside the fact that I've never really been impressed with Keith as a fighter.
Really?
So never.
Not even when he had both straps and he beat
No, they
Porter
were
and Danny
interim
Garcia.
titles. They were interim titles. He ain't took nobody belt.
Mm, he took Danny Garcia WBC belt.
He already had the interim title, so they had one title apiece going into that fight.
Mm, yeah, I agree with this guy, Mike Jones. Mike Jones says,
He
"Hold
do
on,
everything good. He just don't do shit great.
who's that? Keith Thurman?
Yeah, it ain't no one thing you can say he great at.
Well, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. What one thing can you say Earl does great?
Jab.
Okay, so you think he has a
What do
great
you
jab?
mean? He has
I'm
a
just
great
asking.
jab. And
Great jab.
bro, anybody with a great jab, you got to know how to control the line if you got a good jab, bro. So,
Okay.
so yeah, I mean, if I got, because I got to make sure you in front of this jab, where this jab has purpose to set something else up. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, I can say he had great boxing IQ and great jab.
Okay. Mike Jones says he needs to be in tip top shape. He needs to use his nutritionist and Blu-ray. EJ got to dot all his I's and cross all his T's. I
They
agree.
both do, Mike.
I agree. I agree. I think the nutritionist at this point is a given to him. Being how how good he looked in terms of uh his weight, losing the weight and rehydrating, and the strength he had in his last fight, I think the nutritionist is a given. Like he can't go backwards. But yeah, I also would like to see him back with Blu-ray myself. That's me personally too. I think that will help out a lot. Again, I feel that he looked a little heavy to me. Uh, he seemed a little heavier than he normally is in the ring. Uh, and I when he worked with Blu-ray, he seemed to be a little bit more agile, which I think he'll need in the fight with Terrence Crawford. But hey, if you breaking bones, man, you breaking ribs and breaking bones and eyes and noses. Hey, man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So you know, personally, I like to see him with Blu-ray. But if it don't happen, you know, I'm not going to say that based on what I saw in his last fight. I'm not going to say that it's a must. You know what I mean? I don't think it's a must, but it would be great to see that.
Facts,
Let's
facts.
see what we got going on here. Lenore says maybe legs, but I think he needs to work on not lunging in. Yeah, I think that the lunging came from inactivity.
Yeah,
Honestly, I think that came to 17-month layoff. That's a long fucking time, man. 17 months is a very, very, very long time to be, out of a professional fight, which is to me why I will say now, because it was a toss up, and I don't like to, you know, compare everything, but the question was posed when they said, whose win was more impressive, Bud over Porter or EJ over Ugas. I'm gonna say EJ over Ugas just based off of the amount of time he was out of and Ugas was a very active fighter because Sean Porter fought EJ in 2019 October, and then he fought a guy from overseas who was undefeated. I forgot his name. Started last name started with an F. Uh, but the guy had no punching power, and Sean Porter completely dominated him. But Porter wasn't the most active person either. At that point, he was still doing his podcast after that fight. But what Bud did was impressive to Porter in terms of him stopping him, how he did it, dropping him twice back to back. That was impressive. And EJ, not fighting since December of 2020, and then comes back and beats a guy in Ugas who's been pretty active, you know, in 2022. Yeah, that's pretty impressive, man. That to get in a ring with someone who has that type of rhythm, has that amount of confidence after beating a Manny Pacquiao.
facts,
That's and you come off a 17-month layoff and break his face,
facts.
basically. That's quite a bit, man. That's quite a bit. But that for the sake of answering that question, I'll say EJ just because of the layoff, but both of those wins were impressive. How both of the wins were impressive, definitely.
Facts, facts.
John Kramer says EJ rehydrated to about 165, maybe 170 for Ugas because they knew Ugas was going to come in big.
Um,
Yeah,
we always rehydrate to 165, 170.
nah, no,
Bullshit.
nah, because normally, like some of those fights where they had them IBF rehydration clauses, he's only allowed to come in 10 pounds over. And I've seen on the night of fight night, he was like 159 before. He wasn't that he wasn't that heavy. This fight, he was big though. He was solid. He was big this fight. Uh, yeah, he was big this fight.
See, to
Um,
me, like EJ a big boy for real. So,
it just like freaks me
you know,
out to see how he looked so much smaller than Ugas at the weigh-in, but then when he came in, he looked bigger than him. It's just like, how the hell do you put on all that weight? You know, in 24 hours, man. It's crazy, man. Let's see what we got here. Without the IBF rules. All right. So cool. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and share a link. So now we got some people who we I got to battle knockout a little bit. He got an open panel, so I got to definitely leave the panel open for us. So I'm gonna go ahead and
Facts, facts,
throw a link out here.
facts, facts.
And those who want to join, you guys can get in here and cook, man. And
Yeah, we got time today.
we got time today.
We got time today. It's 4:20. We got time today.
What's
Lenore don't
going
be
on,
wasting
fellas?
no time. What's up,
Good,
Lenore? How you
bro.
doing, family?
No, much, man. Just still just kind of dying down from the fight over the weekend and starting to settle in more with me. Now, when you get hyped, when a big fight happens, you're hyped for a couple of days afterwards, talking your shit and shit.
I
But
feel you.
yeah, but man, it's I think EJ he just recently said it. He comes in at 160, 161. A recent interview when he was doing his pre-fight interviews. He comes in like 160, 161. Now with the IBF, or maybe earlier on in his career when he had that 10 pound rehydration clause, he might have been coming in less. But I guess as these last couple of fights, he's without the IBF rules, because his last couple of fights he hasn't had the IBF rules. He said he comes in like 160, 161.
Mm, okay, okay.
But man, it's now I was saying
I just don't believe it. I just
it's
don't, bro. He's big, man.
I mean, no, this fight he was definitely more than 160, 161.
Yeah,
This
it's pretty
fight, he looked like
hefty.
he probably was what, like maybe like one. I'm not, dare I say 170,
And
165,
I
170,
feel like I feel like 165. He looked like he was around that.
165. Okay,
He
yeah.
looked like he was around the same size Marcos Maidana rehydrated to when he whooped Adrian Broner ass.
No, you know what's so crazy? I said it when the fight first started off. Like these two, they both look like middleweights in there.
Yeah, they were pretty big fighters.
They look like middleweights in there. So I'm like, that's crazy. And then when he fought Daniel Garcia, at times he looked like a 154 pounder fighting a 140 pounder. But no, I was as far as what I'd like to see him get better when this Crawford fight, like I've been saying, when it happens, I just like to see him, like, because this fight he just was so reckless, like just going in, like making some amateur mistakes, like you guys said, and then one with the mouthpiece, and then two just kind of just wanted to stay in the pocket, and that's because he was so anxious to get a knockout, because he was telling everybody I'm gonna get this knockout and stuff, and as we all know how it goes, when you look for a knockout, three things happen: either you get knocked out, you win and end up looking bad, or you lose. So, uh, I would like to see him, of course, finding somebody like Terrence Crawford. You got to be calm, and that's one of the things. The reason why I favored EJ, because he's so calm in there, and Bud's not. He's like a soldier in there. He follows directions and calms down. But in this fight, he was so anxious to get back in the ring. Saying he was in the pocket at times when he didn't have to be in the pocket. So I was definitely, going into this fight doing that, but somebody was saying that it has to do with ring rust, and I'm trying to like reason what does that have to do with ring rust of him lunging in? Why would that do? Can somebody explain that to me?
You want to go? You want to go ahead with that OTV?
Yeah, him lunging in like that, that's just from his anxiousness. That's an anxiousness in a fighter, man. You gon' like shit. I got a Canelo video where I talk about how like the more you use a jab and keep a person away, it make them do things that's uncharacteristic. That's part of ring rust as well. Like shit, if I ain't been in the ring, then I'm not gonna depend on my discipline and my fundamentals as much because I'm inclined to fight. I'm gonna use them once I get hit, but
Oh,
and
okay.
that's
So
what
it's
you're
almost
saying.
like, oh, okay. I feel like I know what you're trying to say, because you've been out the ring for so long that you're trying to get back in the ring and get some action in.
Right, right, right,
Get,
right, right,
get mentally just get in the fight.
right, right.
Okay,
So
that makes sense. Because that's why I was like, dang, he's like, he's staying in the pocket and taking some shots that he usually would not take. So I'm like, what's going on here?
But what's
But man,
crazy to me is that's what was impressive, bro. Is that he beat Ugas at his own fight for real.
but I mean, that's it. EJ's been doing that for years now, beating fighters at their own game. Like when he had his car wreck and he came out to fight Danny Garcia, I was like, this guy better not fight in the pocket. Cause I'm like, cause you know how Danny can counter and has power with that. With that, he'll come out with a left hook out of nowhere and really hurt you. So I was really scared for him to just go in the pocket with Danny because even before he got in the wreck, when they were kind of talking about them fighting, I was like, I don't know if he wants to stand in the pocket with Danny, man, because that power and the way he counters and stuff. Because I was scared about that. And but then what did he do when he actually fought him? He was in the pocket. He was taking some right hooks, but he was in the pocket and he was pushing his ass back. So I was
Mm.
like, I was surprised with that.
But he took them right hooks, not that left hook. And then he
Not
got
that
that
left hook.
left hook. That's
He was taking right hooks, not left hooks.
yeah, he took the left hook
Everyone know
away
to
from
stay away from that damn left.
You said what?
him.
Everyone know to stay away from that damn left hook. Look
Yeah,
at
it,
this.
was. It was.
Who we got here? Look who we got here. Oh, okay. You know what?
I told you I gave your boy his flowers, man. I call it straight down the middle. We gonna watch film, man. Film
YSM
don't lie.
Sports Media.
What's going on, Jamil?
Was good. Hey, I want to piggyback on what Leonard said. He, I don't remember him taking right hooks. What I noticed that he did is he took away the left hook. He adjusted. He kept his right hand up all night.
Hmm.
Like when he pumped the jab, he made sure that
Okay.
it was up a lot higher than normal than what I've seen, of an EJ fight. Once he took away that left hook and just like backed him up with the jab, like he took away like Danny's offense. And
Uh,
I want to actually give Lennar and Kwame props because y'all called this shit.
Yeah, you know
Kwame,
damn sure did.
he was off by 1 round. God
What?
damn.
you
Yeah,
said
we
what
was
now?
off.
I call what I call?
Y'all said late stoppage.
Oh yeah, that's what I was going with.
For me, I didn't.
I said at the end I decided to say unanimous decision, but I mean at first I was like, this is a great point. This is a great chance. It's going to be a late stoppage just because of the way that they fight. Just like I say that like me and Loyal in agreement with this. Just the way Crawford and Spence fight, like this,
No,
I'm
no, no.
almost certain a knockout's going to happen.
No. I'm talking about the Ugas fight. Like
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah,
Quam
yeah,
said round 9, and it happened round 10.
10. Yeah.
And
yeah.
what I didn't figure, I thought Ugas would give him a little bit more like angles and maybe box him a little bit more, but he stayed in the pocket. And with his activity rate, like bro, he doesn't stop. It's like he keeps the same pace in
The whole
round 1
fight.
and round 10.
10.
Like
Yeah.
if not for anything, right? If not for anything, you could not
Right.
like the dude. You could think this guy beat him and that guy beat him. But it's a
Yeah.
couple things you can't question. You can't question his work rate. You can't
Nope.
question his stamina, and you can't question his chin because he Ugas should have put his ass out.
You know, what's so
If
Yeah.
he
crazy.
pulled him with that 1-2, he should have put his ass out.
Do you
Yeah.
know? Do you know one analogy that I heard somebody use about Errol Spence? I said that is so true. And somebody in the video, they were like, "With Errol Spence, you can't let him keep going because he becomes like a locomotive train, and he doesn't stop." And so I was like, "That's the perfect analogy."
Yeah. Well, my thing is, and this is what I'm telling you, Jamil, with the Crawford fight. What I keep saying is, it's going to come down to durability, and that's why I choose Errol Spence because these guys they're gonna fight. They're gonna be throwing some bad shit in there. They're gonna be throwing some shit to really hurt each other in there. And I don't see. Look at Ugas. Ugas, when you looked at the way Ugas looked like a physically, or I like to say biologically bigger man than Errol Spence. Now after they put on weight and rehydrated, maybe even, but Ugas to me looked like a bigger person. Terrence Crawford is that he's grown into the weight, but I feel like he's naturally a smaller guy.
Mm.
And with the way Spence fights, see, The reason I knew that Errol Spence wasn't himself, and I'm not making an excuse. I'm just telling you what I saw. The reason I knew Errol Spence wasn't himself with Mikey Garcia, because I don't say that whole shit about. I don't believe he was just trying to outbox Mikey Garcia. I was there ringside. He wasn't hitting as hard. He wanted to stop him, but he was drained. He was fucking around, and he was already naturally a bigger guy. He came in there drained and wasn't as strong. Same thing with Porter. You take a look at Earl Spence's, pause, but take a look at if we once we look at the film here, his body type. He wasn't taking care of himself. He wasn't as strong. But I noticed a couple things in the fights that he had previous with Kell Brook, with especially with Lamont Peterson and who's the other guy? I forgot. But Errol Spence can hurt you when your guard is up. He can still break you down while you're defensively responsible. He can punch through your guard. And he was against Ugas. I was like, he looks strong again. He's going to be able to do that, and Ugas is not going to be able to stand up to it. And I don't believe that Terrence Crawford is going to be able to stand up to it either. It's just a matter if Terrence Crawford catches him with shit coming in there that's going to hurt him.
Quan, I see this fight as it's not about necessarily durability. It's about emotion.
Mm,
Terrence Crawford can't get emotional in the fight or
right.
in the lead up to the fight because Terrence Crawford cannot fight Earl Spence. If he tries to fight Earl Spence, he's going to get his motherfucking ass whipped. He's going to get folded like a pizza box. He has to box him, and he has to do what Ugas did in certain situations where catch him over the top, catching, coming in. That's the only way that he can beat him. Maybe he can outpoint him, but I doubt it. He may have to catch him with something sharp, stun him,
Right.
and then jump on him.
Right.
But
Right.
why Sam?
He starts too slow
He starts too
to
slow.
get 8 to 7 rounds of constant on your motherfucking ass.
Ass. Right.
3 minutes of every fucking round.
Round.
Man,
Yep.
y'all know
It
what's
doesn't-
what's crazy about constant pressure? It's easy to time. It's easy to time.
Okay.
Like, let's be real,
right.
man. Like, shit, nah.
Yeah, but bro,
it ain't.
I feel you, but it's
It's
coming
more than
behind a
it's
stiff
two
jab.
sides of a fence.
Yeah, but it's coming behind a stiff jab. This is what makes it difficult.
Okay,
I'm not
so
saying that Bud can't do it. It's a 50-50 fight. I'm just saying, I'm just bringing out the difficulties of fighting a guy like that. It's not just a dude in your face, trying to step to you without a jab or without head movement.
Or
It's behind
without pairing your punches.
Yeah, it's behind a stiff jab that's going to constantly back you up. And then when he gets to the range that he wants to get, now I'm putting your ribs on a slab. Maybe I'm putting a rub on there or some barbecue sauce. Like,
but we can all agree that Bud is a better finisher, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
but
can
Bud has better punch variation than
Yes.
Earl is very basic.
Finishing
Straight
a
up
fight.
and
We
down.
just talking about finishing a fight, period.
Yes.
I'm just
Finish him. Finish him.
Bud
Yes,
throws
if
punches
it-
from different angles, whereas those Spence, it's kind of the same shit every time. It's just consistent.
Well, that was my point last time I spoke when I said that same shit, that same constant pressure is easy to time because most of the time it's calculated. You know what I mean? And that's you talking about Bud. Bud is a counterpuncher for real.
Right.
He put a lot of that pressure on you. Bud don't have no active jab neither. He put that pressure on you just being in your shit. You got to respect the power and you got to respect the 74-inch reach.
Why Sam?
Yeah.
And you said that Bud can't fight emotionally. From all you know about Bud Crawford, with
He
somebody
fights
with somebody like Earl Spence, who's gonna touch you, you gotta understand he's gonna get his shots off on you. It's just a matter if you can capitalize and try to counter on him. But he's gonna get his shots off. Especially in just how emotional this fight has been? I mean, this is the legacy fight, so there could be even more on the line. Do you think that he will remain emotionally disciplined for the whole fight?
No.
No.
I'm sorry, I don't see it either.
Him being the better finisher, and we just all agreed that he was the better finisher. I may be inclined to say that he don't need to be. I may
Okay.
want him emotional. Finish him early.
He
Go
better.
ahead, take yours and finish him early.
He better. But you know when Bud opens up to finish you, like I said, he opens up.
Facts.
You're putting yourself in a very dangerous position. Like Bud is the opposite of Floyd. He likes to fight. Floyd likes to win. Floyd don't care how he do it. He's not gonna get emotional about you hitting.
Right.
The
Never,
game is
never have I
the
seen Floyd do that. I've, I can't ever remember Floyd getting emotional about something in the ring
When
ever.
he got when he got cracked by Mosley, he kept it together.
He kept it. He held Mosley and he kept it together
He
For
kept it
two
together.
damn rounds, he threw
because he
eight
know he know
punches in two
he
rounds.
he knew in order to survive that round he had to grab onto Mosley.
Yeah, but
Are we
so,
sure
so
Bud's gonna grab? Are we sure Bud's gonna fight his way out?
right. So Jamil, I got a question for you because I remember around the time of the Danny Garcia Earl Spence fight, you had picked Terrence Crawford to knock Spence out. Has that changed now
Yep.
after watching the Ugas
I don't
performance?
know. I honestly don't know what's gonna happen. I can see Bud winning. I can see Spence winning. This
Hmm.
is 50-50. And
Okay.
like, yo, I just gotta watch this shit
I can agree
Yeah.
because
with that.
every
Facts.
performance
Salute.
got
Salute.
every performance got me switching like damn, well, this could go back to him. I'm just like, oh my god, it's time to just fight. Just fight.
Yeah, it is time for them. It definitely is time for them to fight without a doubt. So I wanted to. I hopefully I got enough bandwidth over here because I wanted to kind of go over OTB's film study and the breakdown that he did. I thought it was an excellent video. I don't know if you guys got to watch it, but I love to watch film and I love to watch breakdowns. So let me just real quick hold on a second. Let me
I
stop sharing it
appreciate
for a
that.
second. Yeah, absolutely, brother. Let me go ahead and now I gotta add the audio to it. Hold on a second. Share audio. All right, here we go. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play this. All right, we go. All right, hopefully, because when I start getting a bunch of people in here, it slow everything down. So let me. Hopefully, this will work.
Know your Dennis Ugas. We got WBC, WBA, IBF, Unified Welterweight Championship of the World. But first, before we get into this fight film, new students, go ahead and subscribe. Old students, hit that like button. This is OTB Outside the Box Boxing Class, where we make casual fans diehard fans. Diehard fans, we love knowing where the punch is coming from. So I know y'all tuned and locked in. But let's get to it, man. We got Earl Spence, 27 and 0, 59, 5'9", 5'9" and a half, 72 at 72-inch arm reach. That's a 3-inch advantage. Same height over you, Dennis Ugas. But let's get into this fight film, man, so we know what we're gonna be looking at here. I'm excited about this, man. Started off with the Shakur Stevenson
Shakur.
film, man.
Mhm.
I wanted to see him against a southpaw, against somebody with a high boxing IQ. But we gonna look at you, Dennis Ugas, as you look at his weight transition, man. He kind of sell out right there. So Shakur Stevenson knock him off his front foot because he know he gonna want to transfer that weight. Now you Dennis just want to stay busy while he on the line. And Shakur gonna tap that little right hand so I can know that you on the line. See where your head movement at. Now you Dennis Ugas gonna go up and down. You won't see him go left and right. And Shakur gonna take advantage of that. And if he is, then we know EJ will. And I think that that's really gonna be a big detriment to him. Look at him hold him and shoot the body shot. That's just an old veteran move right there. And then he gonna line him up because he got his feet on the outside. And when southpaws get their feet on the outside, then you best believe that left hand is gonna land. And that's gonna be something that Earl Spence really look to do. Now, when he inside, Shakur gonna shorten off his punches, which is something that Earl do great. And look at him shoot them too, but he don't look to extend or sell out on the two because he want to maintain his defensive purpose. And that's really something that Earl Spence does beyond great. He always maintains a defensive purpose, which is why you really don't see him get hit hard. You see him get hit, but you don't see him get hit hard and often because of that defensive purpose and how fast he answers back. But we gonna get into that later on when we look at the Errol Spence film. But you Dennis, you guys, he will take those shots. This is somebody who tried 6 times to get over here, man. So he's mentally and physically tough. He's a tough man. But look at him get down to Shakur's height as he eats them three. And at times that's to his detriment, and at times that's to his benefit because it really allows him to see punches coming. And you seen Sebastian Fundora lean down with Erickson Lubin a lot in that fight this weekend. Shots out to Erickson Lubin, but as Shakur again gets the outside foot, his foot outside, he shoots the up and then doubles up with the jab before finishing off with the three and getting out of there. And you Dennis Ugas would take those two to land that wide right hand. And that's gonna be something big that I really look forward to see how you Dennis Ugas deal with that. Because he don't really have an active jab, as you can see, and he don't really have a high work rate versus Errol Spence. He throws punches like cadences. Look at Shakur laying that four because you're gonna continue to give me the outside foot. And you're not gonna return on fire because you just want to sell out and you're gonna wait on your one big punch. Now, as you guys can show you, he is smart. He fought in the Pan American games. He beat Terrence Crawford in those games, might I add. So he just knocks him off of his left foot. But as he does, Shakur just gonna keep him off of his front foot. This was grade A sparring. I usually don't tend to use sparring film because sparring film ain't something that you can really gauge off of because you're only seeing what they allow for you to see or what they want you to see. And whoever is wanting you to see it, they want you to see it for a reason. But Shakur gonna land that right hand, and I think that that's gonna be the punch that you Dennis Ugas gonna have a problem dealing with because when he does get, as you can see, that wide right hand he throws, but when he does get his foot outside, he looks to shoot to the body. And once Errol Spence knows that, he'll shorten off his punches, which he did against Sean Porter, and we gonna look at too. He won't look to sell out and really transition all of his weight towards that punch, and he'll punch with his hips and just striking like that punch was right there with Shakur. Now, see, look at you, Dennis. You guys, he times it on the second time, and he loads up for that big right hand. And that's what he wants to do. He will take those twos and threes, which means he'll take those few points because he knows that he's gonna score on bigger punches. And that's why I say body punches is really what's going to set up both of these punchers' biggest punches. But let's get into him against Jamal James, and we're going to look at 3 rounds in. He's landed 49 punches, which is 10 more. He's thrown 129, which means that he has somewhat of a high work rate. But look at him right here as he just eats those little body shots to shoot his body shots. He's going to be tight. So he's going to be tight. And look at him laying that body shot. Get him on the line, but look at him sell out. And look at Jamal James jump on that ass. And he really makes him pay for that, as I think Errol Spence was. But you talking about a physically and mentally tough man. So I really don't think that you're going to break his will in that ring. I don't think we'll see that. But now he just pushes Jamal James on his back foot. And in this fight, I feel like you guys really proved to me that he'll make adjustments. And the adjustment he made in this fight was he started the counter Jamal James, which is what I really think is going to be big in the Errol Spence fight, as well as we going to look at Errol Spence on some of his counters. And we look at how these fighters deal with pressure. I didn't use any Manny Pacquiao film because he was a lot bigger than Pacquiao, and he was able to really maintain the pace of the fight. But look at that jab, and that jab is not something that's active of his. He's not a very high active jab. It's a distance filler. But look at that body shot as Jamal James turns him with the body shot. But he don't set up his shots. And when he didn't set up that shot, look at what you Dennis Ugas do. Oh, that's what you want to do on your front foot? Now watch this. Bang, because I know you're not moving. You don't have any head movement east or west, which Errol Spence really don't either. You don't see him slip punches. You'll see him roll with punches, but you don't see Errol Spence slip punches. He ain't out there parrying or slipping punches. He catches punches, and he catches them because he maintains a defensive purpose at all times, no matter whether he's on offense or defense. And that's really impressive as we see you guys eat that jab, because he eats jabs a lot, and he'll eat that uppercut. He'll eat all of those punches because he'll try and close the distance on Errol Spence's power so he don't end up on the end of those punches, which is smart. And that's the adjustment he made in this fight, as well as what other fight was it he fought? The Brian Perella fight, whom we just seen fight and have a draw on the Erickson Lubin card. But all in all, man, I think it's gonna be good. But you seen eat another jab, and as they put the work rate back up there, look, he's landed 31 punches that round, and that's going to be big. I think that he can really maintain. You're not outworking him. But look at that. Look at the counter and then the overhand to set up the right. But he don't really have a good balance. And when he sails out, he really sails out. But when he can't hit you, you guys is going to hit you. And we know that Errol Spence is going to be there to get hit. So, I really think that that's going to be the difference. Is Errol Spence going to throw his punches in threes and fours, starting off with ones and twos, versus you guys starting off throwing one punch at a time, and his supreme purpose is going to be to the body, and that's going to allow him to get jabbed a lot. Look at how he leans in right there. Jamal James just don't shoot that left hook, but he's wide open for a left hook, and we know Errol Spence love to shoot that right hook. That'll be a right hook because Errol Spence is a southpaw. But now let's look at him against Sean Porter, because Sean Porter was both of these fighters' common opponent. And I like to find I love when you can find a common opponent, because you can look at the style. But look at you guys as he gets turned right here and eats that right hand. And we know Errol Spence has a lot better feet than Sean Porter. So I look for Errol Spence to really sit on that shot as he starts to turn him and dictate where he sits down at. And when he does sit down, look at you guys with no head movement. He's forced to eat that jab to land his left hand. And that's going to be the difference. Is you got a fighter who like the trade punches, but now we're going to look at Errol and look at what he shouldn't do. And this is the moment that you guys decided he wanted to fight Errol and he was going to have some success. As we see Errol, he'll circle back, get back on the line. Pretty boxing. Shine gonna get on that stick. But look at him eat that jab, eat that right hand, and then look at Shine able to clinch and land more right hands, which is something that Ugas gonna do. Shine gonna also land that left hand and turn him. And that's going to be something that Ugas doesn't do. He don't have that type of footwork. But look at that counter shot by Errol Spence. And I told you counters is going to be big because Errol has an active jab. And Ugas is going to want to close the space. Now, he don't have a lot of head movement, which means that when he closes space, he'll be there to get jabbed. And Errol will time his transition. But look at Errol sit down. Boom, and land another one. But look at him shorten off that one and not sell out. Versus if he sells out on that punch, he has a chance to possibly put Sean Porter out of the ropes. And then look at that body shot. Look at that body shot, as Ugas' body shots are mainly to the midsection, and look at how tight EJ is. But now we're going to look at him get flat-footed and lose that front foot space early in the fight before he shortens off his punches. Look at Sean fainting. Oh, you gonna give me the outside foot? Oh, you gonna give me the outside foot? Oh, you gonna give it to me? Come here then. Bang. Come here then. And turned him. Come here then. Now you guys won't have the ring IQ or the feet work to do so. But he'll have the punch volume, which is another thing that now look at Errol get on that stick. Now look at that stick. Now when he get that stick moving, bang, look at what it set up. That back foot counter. People say, I never seen Errol fight off the back foot. Bullshit. Errol got some of the best feet in boxing. Look at that jab. And then look at him turn. Ooh, Look at that body shot. Look at that. Now he loses balance, but don't get it twisted, man. Hey, this about to be a hell of a fight, man. The kid can fight. I love what I see. Look at this body shot. That's gonna be big for because this is later on in the fight once you have to deal with that pressure. Look at him skip the Malu. Come on over here. Come on over here. But look at Shine, because Shine, he really set him up in the trap right here. Boom, boom. And Errol had a counter for that. That back foot counter, that back foot straight left hand is gonna be the punch that you watch for in this fight. As you guys really start pressing from dealing with that jab. You know what I mean? But look at that. Look at that. Land that, get down, get off the phone, get off the line, get out there, get out of there. Now we gonna sit down where I want to sit down at. But a lot of times he gets flat-footed. He gets flat-footed and with no head movement. You know what I mean? This is the punch that you guys really got to stay away from. And as long as I feel like he stays away from that straight left hand, which he won't, but this is the punch that he gonna look to land. And we gonna see this punch landed, because look at Errol Spence, as he does sell out at times. And he does sell out, but he sell out to the body just as you guys, and you guys sell out to the head. So we definitely gonna see Errol Spence get hit this night. I feel like Dennis Ugas is gonna gain our respect. He will make us really put some respect on his name in this fight. He gonna fight Errol Spence all 12 rounds. He gonna deal with all the pressure, but he will lose this fight because Errol Spence is the better boxer, and Errol Spence has a jab. And when you have a jab, I'm telling you, man, remember at OTB boxing class, man, if you don't have a jab, then you have to be able to slip or roll to close the distance. But that's my assessment of this fight. I enjoy breaking it down with y'all. Y'all stay tuned, man. I got some fight news I'm about to break in the next 2 hours, probably once we wrap up the shows, man. So I probably drop that video tonight concerning two-time Olympian Rashid Warren, Cincinnati, Ohio's own Ohio Stand Up. We got Prince Albert Bell fighting on Fight Club this weekend. Definitely show out Albert Bell. Big fans of Prince. So we got a lot of news, man. Then we got Tyson Fury, Dylan White film coming. We got Shakur Stevenson, Oscar Valdez also on that card, man. We gonna have Alex Ochoa. He gonna be facing Brandon Lee. It's a good weekend boxing, man. We got Alicia Bumgarner, Ohio's own. She gonna be fighting this weekend. And as she get ready to build up the Michaela Mayer fight, shout outs to Champ Side, great interview. Shout outs to you for reaching out, man. Shout outs to everybody who's important, all the students that's important, all the teachers that's important at OTB boxing class 1-on-1. Man, y'all get to them films, get to them networks, man. We working. Class is dismissed on Errol Spence, Dennis, you guys. We out.
All right, great video, man. Great breakdown.
Appreciate you,
Great
Bridget.
breakdown of the film, man. Absolutely, man. Hey, what I wanted to hold on one second. Hold on one second. One of the things I wanted to do here. Let me mute this real quick. Let me see if I can bring up a good
7.9.
Yeah, let me see if I can bring this up a little bit. Just looking at this, the Errol Spence we saw from a physical standpoint that we just saw this weekend looked absolutely nothing like that. Would you agree, OTB?
Definitely.
Yeah, and so when people used to sit around and compare the Sean Porter fight with Errol Spence, the Sean Porter fight with Terrence Crawford, this is exactly why I knew that Terrence Crawford was going to knock Sean Porter out, because he went tooth and nail with this version of Errol Spence. And Errol Spence, I keep saying, he was probably at about 70% right here, compared to like what we seen him at his best. He was definitely not taking care of himself, man. So, I'm glad that he got his shit together, man. Go ahead and real quick.
So if that was 70% to you, what was the Earl we just got?
I would say I would say physically he was probably somewhere around 95%. Um I think there was some ring rust there though.
Yeah, as much as I was thinking more like 85, 90%, but
Yeah, I'm thinking there was a little bit of ring rust
But as much
involved,
as it
but
was ring rush, yeah, man, some of the things that you guys did, as we just seen, we knew that he would do.
and
right.
let's we gotta give Ugas some credit here because he's a crafty little sneaky counterpuncher. Sometimes people not giving Ugas his credit. He made Earl Spence adjust. Because I even though I still had him winning the boxing match, it was going to be a long night. It was going to be like another war had he not been able to adjust. Like for example, like the way Ugas fights is he'll bait you in and then he'll counter you. Like he'll give you like Sean Porter. He'll bait you in, and then you jump in, and then he hits you with two shots to the body, or he'll counter you with the overhand right. He's a sneaky type of dude, and he made Earl Spence adjust to his plan B right off the bat.
What's up, Batman? What's going on?
Hello to the game. What's up, y'all? What's up,
Was
OTB?
waiting on you, gang. What's up, bet?
Cool.
What you up to?
Man, I was listening to y'all, man. Good breakdown, OTB, but
Appreciate it.
I mean, you went to the wrong Earl Spence.
Go ahead, man. Prove why you a teacher at OTB class, man.
Man, you supposed to went the Spence y'all saw that Saturday night looked like the Lamont Peterson Spence. Just off
Okay.
just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Right. Right.
So we're on agreement here. I'm in
See,
agreement with
Kwame
Loyal,
said
man.
that too. Brother
The
said
best
that
version of
too.
Earl Spence that I've seen, in my opinion, I agree with Loyal, was Lamont Peterson.
Yeah. That was the best version. That was like a
See, when
complete
I'm teaching
version.
when I'm teaching class, y'all, I gotta go by the opposition as well. You feel me? I get
Oh no,
that.
for
Right.
sure, for sure. That wasn't the best opponent he faced, but just if I had to, and it's just his nimbleness, his quickness, his snap, his power, his defensive responsibility. Again, just looking from the outside looking in, like that is the Earl Spence that that is the Earl Spence. Like if I said, oh, what was his best performance? What would I think that who do I what Earl Spence do I think would have beat anybody else in that given night? That would have been the Earl Spence I would have picked.
Cause see, on some solid shit, y'all, I just caught my first fight card last weekend. The hardest
Salute.
shit was trying not to look at what fighters do wrong.
I feel you. I feel you, man. Bat, what's your opinion on what you saw this weekend?
This is my opinion, man. Earl Spence, he built himself up to face the Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford has not built himself up to face the Earl Spence, man. Straight up. This is how I see it. Competition wise, there's nobody in there that jive box like Crawford, but competition wise, Earl Spence has built himself up to be in that ring with Crawford. Crawford, I mean, Bob Erm has not built Crawford to be that. Because if I just did my homework, because I was over there with Knockout and them, and Bud Crawford fan, he got to talking this bullshit. So I got to going back to 2014, right? When he won his belt. He won his belt and picked Gamboa to fight. Why you ain't fight nobody in the top 5 at 135? He goes to 140, but you ain't fight the top motherfuckers.
What about Postal?
All right. He went to fight Post out.
And Gamboa was unified at the time. He had 2 straps.
He didn't have no straps.
I mean,
Gamboa
duh.
did.
He didn't. Gamboa had moved up from 130, fought one time at 135, then fought Turner's Bud Crawford.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, now go down his resume. he has nobody that built him up to say he should be in the ring with Earl right now. But the only thing you can put him in the ring with is the eye test of his skill set.
So what about Sean Porter?
He fought a Sean Porter that wasn't there. I mean, his father, before the even fucking fight began, man, his father tore his son down off the break. If you go back and look at the Kenny Porter interviews, man.
But we can't take nothing from neither one of they Sean Porter wins, man. They both fought Sean Porter. That was the same Sean, man.
No. Earl fought a Sean Porter that was motivated.
I will say that. I will say,
Come
even though I
on,
say that, I feel like the absolute best Sean Porter we ever got, he peaked during the Earl Spence fight. I think that was his most motivated. I think he just wanted to win so bad. That's why, you can tell by the way he was taking shots.
I keep
But
telling y'all he wanted to beat Earl so bad because his daddy wished Earl was his son.
And not saying that the Porter that fought Crawford wasn't good. It still wasn't a very good Porter. But if you talk about the absolute best Porter to me was when he fought Spence. I think he was. Go ahead, Doyle.
That's I agree with that.
Yeah.
So Spence ain't bring the best out of Porter, and Bud couldn't just have dominated him. That's not.
Nah, because Bud ain't dominate him. Bud stopped him. Bud ain't even stop him. Kenny Porter stopped the fight. Bud.
Hell nah, bet we not gonna do that.
What you mean? I'm telling you. How can I not tell the truth? He dropped him twice. Kenny Porter stopped the fucking fight for no apparent reason.
Damn, what are you supposed to keep watching him get beat the fuck, get dropped?
What you mean? He got dropped by a flash knockdown. The second time he failed because he overextended. Terrence Crawford only hit him one time in his neck. All them shots Terrence Crawford threw on the second knockdown missed, except one, the one that hit him in his neck.
He was beat mentally, man. It's over. Once you beat mentally, your ass, it's over.
Man, he looked like he almost died when Earl hit him and he knocked. You ain't see that man eyes.
He got up and finished. He got up and finished though.
All right then. He got up, rushed. He got up, rushed in there bullshitting, and the punches ain't even hit him. One hit him on his neck. He overextended. He hitting the canvas, man, because what he did. Get up. His father stopped the fight. Look at the boy's face when his father in there talking that bullshit. He went to the press conference without his father and retired on his father. His father ain't even know.
All facts. However, hell nah, man. I'm not going for that.
My man said,
he stopped him, man. He stopped him. He had that boy outside his comfort zone doing shit outside, which wasn't even shit that's outside Sean Porter character.
The man ain't look like a stop
what
fighter.
Sean Porter do.
Did the man look stop to you when he got up?
Nah, hell nah. It looked like he wanted to get up and get knocked the fuck down 5 more times.
No, did he get up? And
But if I know that as a father, if I know my son about to get up and get beat the fuck up 5 more times, I'm not them. You know what I mean? I might let my son go out and get rocked to sleep 5 times because you gonna wake your ass up and go do it again in the morning. But everybody ain't like me. So
no, for real. Answer me this. You in the corner, you the coach. Would have stopped that fight?
I wouldn't have stopped the fight.
Nah, I wouldn't have stopped that fight. I can't answer. Nah.
Okay, fair.
I wouldn't have stopped that fight.
My fighter didn't look hurt. My fighter is winning the fight.
But to some people, yeah, I mean that mental, that anger, that show that you out of character is enough. Yeah, I mean, for him to know you ain't had no chance in winning that damn fight.
He was winning.
No, I think. Well, I was at that point.
Not after them 2 knockdowns.
Not after those 2 knockdowns. It was too far ahead at that point.
No. Out of them 2 knockdowns,
if he got up, would you have gave? What chance do you have give him at winning that fight? Had he got up?
after them 2 knockdowns, he was up a point, or he was the fight was tied.
Batman, I love you, man, but I
Come
can't agree
on,
with that one.
Bat.
All right.
What
Now let's
Ohio
count the
do,
rounds.
Bat?
Now let's count
What
the rounds.
Ohio do, dog?
The first 6 rounds, to me, Sean Porter 5-1. Bud came on in the 7th round. Now let's count him. Bud came on in the 7th round. He won 7 and 8. Sean won 9. He got the 2 knockdown. Now count it. Count it. It's a
I
tie
gotta
fight.
rewatch it to count. I gotta rewatch it to say that, man.
Go ahead, we watch.
I just think that
I got you, Bat. We damn
after the
sure
second
do.
after the second knockdown,
We about to have
I
class.
think Crawford was
man.
just too far ahead. And also, unless Sean got a knockdown, which I doubt he would have, I think he would have been able to survive. And that's what I wanted. That's why I would have gave. I'm in agreement. I would have gave Sean Porter one more chance to see. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know Sean Porter knows how to survive, and he's a good. You know, he recoups fast. So I think that Sean Porter, somebody of Sean Porter's class, deserve to give it one more go. But I mean, it is what it is.
And then, even with Sean Porter, let's go with Sean Porter. Sean Porter is a dog with no skills. He got a nice little jab. That's fucking it.
That's why I said the shit that he was doing, it ain't like it was uncharacteristic. Sean jump out. That shit, he jump out, throw them wild ass punches. That's what he do.
It was uncharacteristic. Because why? He didn't even do what Sean Porter do. When he was getting on the inside with Crawford, he ain't throw the elbows and he ain't do the shit he did with Danny.
He was throwing some headbutts though.
You gotta respect that power. Danny ain't got power like Bud got.
The man wasn't swinging. Terrence Bud Crawford does not throw punches when you on it when he's body to body.
No, you don't. Nobody with any type of power do, because they need the space.
Ooh, Spence do.
Spence ain't knocking nobody out. He ain't hurting nobody in the pocket.
That's how he banged. That's how he just fucked what's come up.
He fucked Shine up on that left hook on that flare because Shine got down to get sloppy in the pocket.
That's what he just did. That's how he just fucked Ugas up. He fucked Ugas up in the pocket. He ain't fuck him up from outside.
Yeah, that's what was rare. That's what was most impressive about that fight, because he stayed in the pocket. When Shine put that pressure on him, he got on the back foot and countered.
You can't keep going to the Sean Porter fight because he didn't even fucking train for the fight.
But that was the only person who put some pressure on him.
He fought Sean Porter fight, dog. You ain't even see the boy jab. You ain't see the boy. See the boy box you. He box you. Then he started going for the kill when he figured you don't want to keep boxing with him. Then he started going in for the kill. He didn't do that with Sean Porter. He just went straight in for the kill. We just want to go all out. Fuck it. Whoever wins, wins. Whoever get knocked out, get knocked out. From round 1 on till round 12. That's what they did.
Because he knew Shine ain't had no power to hurt him. Shine ain't had no power. Shine ain't hurting nobody.
That's what I'm saying. That's why he went out like that. At the end of the day, who else? Danny got power. Danny hit him on his chin. Yeah, y'all remember that time?
He did.
Danny
Danny caught him with a slick right hook.
Danny threw that motherfucker right hand, hit him right on his butt. What'd he do? That's why I say Shorty got a superpower. He can take a punch and he doable.
But
I mean, at the end of the day, I haven't seen a motherfucker like him fight Terrence Bud Crawford. I seen niggas that dance and move around the ring fight him and he catch up with him. I seen it. When Terrence turned to his favorite position, southpaw, that shit ain't gonna do nothing.
What's Southpaw's EJ fault?
Oh, it's easy to. He don't have to fight a southpaw. It's easy. He don't.
Why
have to
don't?
Listen, it's easy. He don't have to keep going to his right hand. he can go straight now. He can go down a straight line.
That's a two-way street, bet.
Who?
That's a two-way street, and
No,
you ain't got the reach advantage. So that jab don't really mean shit
it do, cause
until
Bud
you double that bitch up.
somebody with a good jab turns Bud Crawford jab look like some shit against people with good jabs.
It do.
That's why
Facts.
Kell Brook ain't got the reach. Kell Brook was touching him, stop making him throw his jab.
That's true.
He only jab for real when he in the orthodox stance. Once he goes southpaw, then he start countering your ass.
Yeah, he start countering, throw that dumbass that clubbering. He fake throw a clubbering jab, a slapping jab. No, even in the Sean Porter was jab looking better than his when they was jabbing each other. Jose Benavidez when they was jabbing before Jose got tired.
Cavaliaskis.
Come on, man. I mean, no, this kid Terrence Bud Crawford hasn't seen this type of competition in a long time. He hasn't seen it.
I have to agree with that. I've always said from the beginning that what would be Terrence Crawford's Achilles heel when he met up with Earl Spence was gonna be the level of opposition he's faced. I always thought that.
I can agree because I can make the argument. I think that Earl's at this point learned a little bit more from his competition than vice versa.
That's just like go to can I say another person's name on your joint? Who's it? Ego got the tape with Black Fight Fan was doing the interview with Bomac. When he was talking so good about Ugas.
Yep.
No. That's why they were scared of Ugas.
Why?
I mean, let's keep it real. Because at the end of the day, Bob Erm said he tried to get him that fight. I mean, did anybody see Bob Erm interview where they said they tried to get him the Ugas fight and he wouldn't sign off on it?
Yeah, I seen that shit.
I saw that.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Come on, man.
Yeah, Bob
said he don't like to sign contracts. That's what Bob said.
I mean,
yeah,
Bob
can't defend that.
Bob can't be lying all the time.
That's true. Bob can't be lying all the time. Oh shit.
And the way Bomac was talking about Ugas, because he was like, Ugas the mandatory for the IBF belt. Earl better look out. No, he beat Bud twice in the amateurs, one in the Pan Am Games.
Oh yeah, he was showering Ugas with some praise. I remember that one.
That's why they were so fucking scared, man. That's why they so fucking scared of Boots.
I wonder if Ugas got his number, but I don't think so. But I just think he'll present some problems.
Ugas will have his number because he don't fight like Earl. He's not gonna bully his way in. Him and Ugas gonna go through that chess match shit.
That should be funny as fuck.
Huh?
That would be funny to see Ugas countering and then that's true.
And y'all think it wouldn't have ended the same way?
Nah.
Man, y'all crazy. Cause Ugas ain't got no head movement. It ain't nothing there that he wasn't gonna exploit that EJ.
He don't have to have head movement. Ugas, this is what Ugas do good. He skips back real good. When you trying to box, I'm talking about in a boxing match. We not talking about what Earl did to him. Because Earl they was boxing at first. After round 4, Earl went to go get him. Terrence Crawford not going to do that.
After what round?
He's going to stay in a chess match until he can break you down.
But the thing about Ugas is
but he would have broke him down though. Ain't no like
Ugas doesn't come in the pocket and give you a lot of opportunities to counter. He's very patient and he's gonna counter your ass.
Yeah, but Earl went to go get him.
Yeah.
Right.
Ugas said from the beginning, just like Ugas was gonna exchange, so he know that he gonna be there to get hit.
Yeah, but Earl made the man stop punching, man. It's a difference. He made the man stop punching. That man was throwing 9 punches around.
Yeah, he did. He did. He did. I
Facts,
saw.
definitely can't take nothing away from that. He damn sure did.
Yeah, I saw another film breakdown of that, and there's a lot of things when when you actually just watching the fight, your adrenaline's going. You don't actually see everything that's going on, the little stuff that's going on, but Earl caught Ugas with one body shot that stopped all his fucking offense, man. It stopped
Mm.
all his offense, man. I
Man,
was
'cause
really
he caught him all in one bite. He started chopping both sides.
And I was thinking, when this fight gets signed, because I have faith that it will. I wonder who the top 3 chief sparring partners they would get. And I was just thinking, because there's not too many guys that fight like them, you know. So I'm thinking, and then I was like, well, and tell me if I'm thinking wrong, but if I'm Earl, I would get Devin Haney. I would get um, I would get Ennis, but of course he's ranked too high, so I don't think he would do that. But the perfect world, I would get Devin Haney. I would have got Tony Harrison, and then I would have got Caleb Plant. And if I'm Bud, I would get Virgil Ortiz. I would get Erickson Lubin, even though he's hurt. And then I would get I forget the other guy I was thinking of to get. What do y'all think?
The best
hell
person,
no.
the best
Huh?
person to get for for Terrence Bud Crawford, and I know they ain't gonna help him out, is Gary Antoine Russell.
Gary Antoine Russell.
Other than that, I don't know who put on pressure like Earl then Gary Antoine Russell.
What will you say, Loyal?
I would say I don't know, man.
That's too
Because
hard. You see, I was picking
it's
out
hard.
straws too.
I'm just saying, like first of all, I ain't trying to ruin Devin Haney's career. He don't belong in Earl Spence at all. Um,
I love Devin Haney.
yeah, he don't belong there with Earl Spence at all. He can barely take punches from the guys in his weight. Um, but I see what you're saying, just in terms of being a pure boxer. But
Yeah, boxers and the reflexes and Caleb
Earl
Plant I
walk
thought
his
would be good.
Earl
Even though
walk
he's
his little ass down. It wouldn't even
oh, you're right. You're right.
it wouldn't even be right.
But you think I'm on a right train of thought though, especially with
No,
like
the train
Tony.
of thought is the train of thought is correct. Then I'm like, he can't get boots because it's possible they gonna fight in the future, so they ain't gonna spar.
I was. But what about Tony Harrison? I think Tony Harrison would be a great option.
Yeah, Tony Harrison would be a good option. He would definitely be a good option. Yeah, I wanna share. I want to see if I can share this one more video real quick. This guy had did a film study on the fight. Hopefully, hopefully I'll get crushed with a copyright. But here we go. Give me a second. I don't want y'all to have to hear no damn ad. Alright, so here we go.
Uses the jab as a main tool in the southpaw versus orthodox matchup. He uses it in every single one of his fights. Distance, set up his left hand off set his opponent's rhythm, and cover his entry into an inside fight, to name a few. A big key to how he is able to execute this jab without getting countered is by shooting the jab at the maximum distance, or to his orthodox opponent's lead hand, so that he has plenty of space to see a counter coming. You see Spence shoots the touch jab, and this is only to the lead hand of Ugas. It isn't meant to do damage, but it's enough to stop Ugas from walking in, and it's also difficult to counter due to how far away he is shooting it from. However, fighting a skilled counterpuncher like Yordenis Ugas, who also has a similar height and reach to Spence, showed early on that he was prepared for this jab and was able to counter over the top with his own jab and actually reach Spence. As you can see, Ugas counters right over the top of that long jab from Spence. Once again, you see him counter over the top of that long jab. Once again, Spence shoots the jab, and Ugas counters right over the top. Again, we're going to see Spence is going to shoot the jab from long range, and Ugas counters over the top of the jab. However, we see in this example, Spence makes a slight adjustment where he ducked down from the counter jab and steps on the inside. You see he still gets clipped a little bit by the jab, but he is able to successfully work the jab to the inside. And from there, he lands a big left hand to the body under Ugas's guard. And this seemed to be a turning point in the fight, because as you can see in the next round, Spence comes in with two jabs and is not
Oh God, sorry about this.
not countered by Ugas. But Spence still level changes to duck under in case the counter jab does come. And from there, he's able to get on the inside and land a big left-handed body, which you see bothers Ugas. It seemed as though Spence's adjustment of step under the counter jab made Ugas completely abandon
Yeah, that's probably because I have too many
it.
people
And this is
on.
bad because that counter jab is Ugas's best tool to control distance and keep Spence from walking in and beating him up on the inside, which is what happens after this because Spence is much more comfortable on the inside than Ugas is. This is the tool that Ugas used to keep Manny Pacquiao off of him, which is the last southpaw he fought as well. So abandoning this tool is going to spell doom for him. As you see, he doesn't counter Spence's jab, which allows Spence to follow up to the body. So now that Ugas has abandoned his one tool to control the distance, it's time to get to the fun part and talk about Errol Spence's inside fighting. So after Errol Spence misses his left hand, you see that they clinch, but Ugas treats this clinch as time to rest until the ref breaks them up. Spence, who has shown to be the much more comfortable fighter on the inside, will take advantage of this position and continue fighting.
He pushed his ass above her.
He steps his left foot back to get him back into his southpaw stance. But more importantly, this creates hip separation from Ugas. This gives Spence the space needed to punch. And you can also see he disengages his left arm so that he could punch with it. His left arm wasn't stuck in an underhook the way his right arm is, so he could pull his left arm away whenever he wants. So he uses it to dig a body shot and then a left hook. But notice he doesn't stop there and steps his left foot around, and Spence's step to the left with his rear foot positioned him to Ugas's right, turning Ugas southpaw. Spence also still has his left hand free to punch, so now Ugas has to change his position in order to protect himself. So we see Ugas is going to adjust his feet to get back into his fighting position in orthodox, and as he does this, Spence clocks him with another left hook. You see Spence step to a position that forced Ugas out of his orthodox stance. This forced Ugas to adjust to get back into his orthodox stance, and while he was doing this, Spence took the opportunity to land another hook. And this is because Spence understands the concept of changing your position to force your opponent to change theirs. And while they are changing their position, you should be punching. So Ugas habitually shells into the high guard, and this allows Spence to follow up with more hooks around the high guard. In this next sequence, Spence shows the lead hand to bait out the counter jab and then ducks down to avoid it and also get onto the inside. And Ugas concedes to the inside fight when he could have stepped back to reset and possibly land a punch while Spence is bent down out of position. But since he stays here where Spence wants him, we're going to see Spence go to work on him again. So once again, Spence steps back to create hip separation, giving him the space to dig a left hook to the body. From there, Spence re-engages onto the inside with a shoulder wedge to pin Ugas's gloves to his
blind pressure.
Ugas is in the high guard.
Got one way to punch.
Thanks. However, Spence's shoulder wedge blocks Ugas's vision from anything coming from his left hand. So you see Spence shoots an uppercut right up the middle that Ugas can't see. However, in this next example, we're going to see Spence step in again, and he creates a forearm wedge with his left arm on the inside to pin Ugas's gloves in the high guard. This sets up his right hand free to attack around the blind spot. Notice Spence also stepped in his lead foot outside of Ugas's lead foot and also positions his head on the same side as his right hand is on. This is blocking Ugas's vision of that right hand, so he's free to attack with it. But Ugas realizes he's open for the hook and rolls under it and counters Spence.
Oh, like, that's in the video? All that noise and music in the background?
Because Spence didn't control Ugas after he missed the right hook, he allowed Ugas to counter him. Spence could have used his missed hook to push down on Ugas's head or grab onto him to control him. And you see, control is key for inside fighting as it allows you to prevent return fire. To see an example of this, we see Floyd Mayweather against Andre Berto. He misses the right hook, but he uses that missed right hook to transition to head control to prevent a counter shot from Berto. And from there, he's able to set up another shot. And as you see, as he misses that left hook, he uses that same hook to control Berto again. So if Spence used any control after this missed right hook, he could have prevented Ugas from throwing a counter, as control is key. In this next sequence, we see Spence come in with jabs, and Ugas doesn't counter it with his own jab. As a matter of fact, he ducks down and braces for a body punch because he's so worried about Spence ducking down and shooting a body blow. And so Spence uses this opportunity to control Ugas while he's down there. So from the control, he lands an uppercut, and then Spence uses another shoulder wedge to pin Ugas's gloves into a high guard and positions himself in the way so that his head is on Ugas's right shoulder, which blocks Ugas's vision of his left hand, which is free to punch. The shoulder wedge also makes Spence's stance naturally bladed, which gives him the hip separation on his left side so that he has space to punch. Spence can actually throw anything with his left hand, and Ugas won't be able to see it coming from here. From here, Ugas's only choice is to step back, or even better, step around to his left, away from Spence's left hand. Otherwise, he'll eat a left hand if he stays there, unless he guesses correctly, like the last time. However, Spence has already cut off Ugas's escape option to the left by stepping his own lead foot on the outside of Ugas's lead foot. This leaves Ugas no choice but to step back. And from here, Spence gives him another uppercut, beautifully set up. And just one more example, Spence is going to step right into the inside again because Ugas has completely abandoned his jab. And so Spence is going to create another shoulder wedge, this time with his left shoulder. And from here, Ugas cannot see Spence's right hand, as his body and his head is hiding his right hand. And so Ugas is already pretty close to the ropes, so his best option here is to step to his right, away from Spence's free right hand. However, this is a trap from Spence.
It's a trap! It's a trap!
Instead of throwing the right hand and letting Ugas dodge it and get away, instead he lets Ugas step out to his right, and he quickly cuts him off and steps with him. Now Spence has his left side, which is his power side, free to use, and is even in the outside lead foot position, giving Ugas no escape left. And from there, Spence is going to uppercut to tighten Ugas's high guard and then shoot the hook around that tightened high guard. And it was after this attack that Ugas's eye really started to swell up. But that's going to be it for this one. The rest of the fight is just more sequences like these. Ugas abandoning his counter.
All right.
You gonna do the same thing, your man, when your man sit there and start fighting, man.
Hell no.
No bullshit. When your man sit there and start fighting, and he get to touching him, and when he negate his legs, he can't do nothing but fight and try to fight back. It's gonna be over. You see what Earl did, right?
Hey, the way Bud finished, I want him to fight.
I mean, like I said, Bud don't finish Where y'all think he finished at, man? He
Finish him. Man, Bud be finishing shit.
Man, who has he finished? Let's go there. Let's go there.
Hold on, man.
Let's go there.
That ain't what we talking about.
Nah, let's go there, man. Who has he finished? OTB. Name one A-class fighter that you think he finished.
Come on, man. Now we class fighters that ain't got nothing to do with who he finished. Let's say, we can't agree that he the better finisher. Bet we can't agree that EJ the better finisher.
You say what? He the better
I say,
finisher?
we can't agree that Bud the better finisher.
Yeah, the C-class fighters. If Earl was fighting C-class fighters, he'd be finishing their ass too.
Sean Porter, a C-class fighter.
Man, Sean Porter, cool. All right, he ain't finished Sean Porter. He dropped Sean Porter, and his father discontinued the fight.
He dropped him more times than EJ did.
And he dropped him one more time, and that wasn't even a drop the second time, because he barely hit him. But all right, now let's go. Now let's go to
Jose Benavidez.
Jose Benavidez was a C-class fighter with one leg. Jose Benavidez was in his ass until Jose Benavidez got tired. And he got tired because he couldn't do no road work.
He fought his fight because of that.
He couldn't do no road work. He just got shot in his knee.
That's why I'm saying Bud fought his fight because of that. Like, man, I know you got one leg. Go ahead. We could go toe to toe. No problem.
Man, he didn't fight his fight. He started moving, touching the body, boxing, bip, bip. When he saw wasn't really no more fighting Jose Benavidez, he started walking his ass down. But it took him 12 rounds to finish him.
He was tagging Benavidez that whole fight.
I don't know about that.
A C-class
tagging
fighter.
Benavidez.
All right, a C-class fighter with one leg. All right.
Agree. Ocampo,
he got what he posed a C-class fighter.
That was a C-class. Both of them C-class fighters.
It ain't go 12 rounds though. It went one.
It went
with
one.
Ocampo. And he got
the
finished.
fuck out of it with a body shot. But
he ain't get up.
Like I'm saying, Earl was C-class fighters. Earl get him out of there. Now let's go Kell Brook. When Earl fought him, he was an A-class fighter. When Wisconsin fought him, he was a fucking.
Nah, he wasn't no A-class fighter then, man. He had just lost.
He had lost to a nigga at 160 and was beating the shit out of him till he started feeling that real power. Come on, man. Let's keep it
Can't
real.
say he was still an A-class fighter and he was coming off a loss back.
Kell Brook was beating the shit out of Triple G. Now let's keep it real, man.
So OTB, what you saying is what you saw at Kell Brook in the first half of the fight wasn't an A-class fighter?
Hell nah.
No? Okay.
He was coming off a loss. You can't say he was still an A-class fighter. He was a B-class fighter. I give him a B, goddamn. But
just because you lose don't mean you're not an A-class fighter. I mean, come on.
It ain't just that you lost, it's how you lost, and then how fast you took that fight.
How you lost? He went up to 160 and fought somebody
and got his fucking eye broke.
Yeah, but I got a question about that though, right? Because I always bring this up. Isn't it like? I think it's amazing that people kind of just overlook the fact that Kell Brook fought arguably the biggest puncher in the entire weight division, known to be one of the biggest punchers in boxing. He moved up 2 weight classes and he never got knocked down. They threw the towel in. He was never even out on his feet against Triple G. They threw the towel in because they wanted to save his career because they knew it was a money grab and they just went up there for the money grab and they wasn't going to try to get their fighter completely trashed. So I mean, can we say that Triple G took so much out of Kell Brook, even though the towel got thrown in, and he was never he never even touched the canvas or was out on his feet?
Agreed. That's respectable. But in that same nature, we got to say that fight took so much out of Kell Brook. That's not the same Kell Brook that won that belt at 147. No.
So at the end of the day, so he was a D class fighter when he fought Bud. Then
That's safe to say.
all right. He was a B class fighter when he fought Earl. He was a D class fighter when he fought Bud.
It's a lot of wear and tear, man. That's a lot of.
Well,
Can't possibly tell me that was still an elite fighter. That when Kell Brook fought, goddamn it, Bud, he was still elite. Nah.
Like Kwame just said, he didn't take a hell of a beating in the Golovkin fight. The first 3 rounds he was winning.
They threw the towel in.
They threw the towel in what, the 5th round?
Yeah, 5th round.
When Triple G really started pounding on his ass, he didn't really take a beating.
No, he didn't. A lot of people don't look at that, but it's true.
I'm not saying it ain't his eye get broke, but he don't take a beating.
That's what gave Canelo Alvarez punk ass hot to go try to what's called.
Right. Actually, that's what gave Danny Jacobs
some hot. And then it boosted Canelo even more to go fight Triple G. That's why he tried to fight like Floyd Mayweather the first time he fought him. But hey, man. All right. Now let's go. All right. Kell Brook, Sean Porter, throw him to the side. Now let's take Lamont Peterson. Lamont Peterson beats what's his name? He beats Ricky Waters. He beats Victor Postale. He beats Ndangu. Delorme. Come on, man. What is we talking about here, man? The niggas Earl demolished. All right. Go take what's his name? What's his name from New York? He ain't from New York. Well, he was just
and Lamont Peterson was old, man. That wasn't prime Lamont Peterson.
Man, he wasn't old.
I mean, he didn't look bad. He didn't look old in his previous fight before he fought Earl when he won the regular WBA.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't old.
No one said he looked old.
Now go to Wisconsin. What's his name? Algieri. Algieri beats mostly everybody on Bud Crawford's resume.
That's a tough one. I don't know about that.
I don't know about that one, man.
He beat Delorme. He beat motherfucking Felix Diaz. He beats Ndangu. Cause Ndangu, if you really look at Ndangu, Ndangu look like he's a fucking amateur fighter, man. At best.
They was bragging, Travion that was bragging at when Ndangu was sparring, he was getting worked by the amateurs in Nebraska before the fight.
This is what I'm saying. But when you go look at him and Terrence Bud Crawford fight, he looked like he looked like a D class fighter. Bow. All right, now. All right, Mikey Garcia beats all of them.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that.
The Mikey Garcia who beat Bunny, swole up Bunny, beat AB. Yeah, I would say that version of Mikey Garcia beats them all.
Come on, man. And Mikey got a better resume than Terrence Crawford, dog. Now let's keep it real, dog. The man been fighting motherfuckers y'all don't even fucking know. The only reason y'all know him because Terrence Crawford is y'all favorite fighter.
That ain't my favorite fighter, but I fuck with Bud, though.
He's one of your favorite fighters.
Who's your favorite fighter, OTB?
Adrian Broner.
Oh my God. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. You from Ohio? Okay.
All right, AB
Nah, I'm
cool.
fucking with y'all,
I'm
man. I
about to
don't got no
say.
favorite fighter, man. I like man. I've been a fan of boxing since I was goddamn.
No, everybody's a fan of boxing, but everybody has their personal
Nah, I
favorite.
don't got no
That's
favorite
it.
fighter though. It ain't nobody that I feel like can't be beat. It ain't no
No,
fighter that I look at and I feel like it ain't a way
no,
to beat him.
no. It ain't. Ain't all fighters can be beat. It ain't about if they can be beat. It's about how you believe in their abilities and you really want to see them win. So
I don't
whenever
know
you
since
turn on the
since,
fight,
since I was approached since I really started looking at both of them fighters though, like I ain't never really I
you
always felt
favor
like that is
Bud.
a fight that I felt like he would win. Now
But you
you asked
favor
me about, you know what I mean? Like shit, is it people that I think Bud can't beat? Hell yeah.
Bud ain't even want to fight your man, uh, uh, Adrian Brown. Let's go there.
I don't doubt that. I don't
From
doubt
what
that. A
from
lot of
from what
motherfuckers ain't want to see Brown. Shit, that's why I don't fuck with Keith Thurman. I feel like that was the fight that Keith Thurman really should have won. Once you ain't get Floyd, you were supposed to go and get Brown. Then you would really have that, yeah, I mean, signature win that can't nobody take from you. Like, yeah, I mean, once you get that name, shit, every name, motherfuckers say what they want about AB, but everybody he lost to going to the high.
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, at the end of the day, one thing I can say about AB at that time, he's not going to duck nobody. But now, right now, he picking and choosing. But he can do that. This is, he ain't really been taking boxing seriously.
Facts.
But that's the one thing I can say and be really truthful about Bud, because Bob Earl put it out there. When it comes to competition, he doesn't want it. That's why he went over. That's why he stayed over there, took that $6 million, and fought all trash competition. And Bob Earl was mad, but that's his fault too, cause you picked them booty poo motherfuckers for him to fight.
I think it's cracked me up when y'all say Rudy Poo. Lord have
Man,
mercy.
Jeff Horn, booty poo. Come on, man. After Terrence Bud Crawford fight, he went to go fight a fucking he moved up to 154 for a fucking prospect and fucking Tim Zoo and got his ass beat.
So if he moved up to 147 and became EJWBC mandatory like we know he could have been.
He could
Like
have
he
been his
could
IBF
I
mandatory.
mean it's IBF mandatory. Then you think they would have let that fight happen then?
They had to. Ain't see that's one thing about it when it comes to the sanctioned bodies, they got to. The only way it wouldn't happen if Terrence Crawford would have took step aside money. Or
Hmm.
Earl would have had to do what? Relinquish his belt. And one thing about that's the only sanctioning body that stands up to their shit.
I just ain't see them never making that fight happen until it was for all the marbles. They
Yeah,
been knew
I
that
always
shit.
thought that. I always
They
thought
been
that
knew that
too.
shit.
Nah, the PBC, but they had two fighters. They had him and Keith. But at the end of the day, they wanted him and Keith to fight. But Keith dropped the bag. Come on, man. Because that would have been two big fights for him. But they did get a big fight with Pacquiao. So even with that, see, they would have had the big fight with Pacquiao, then Earl would have fought whoever from right there, then lead into the Terrence Crawford fight. But Terrence Crawford picked that way though. If he done went through the sanctioning bodies, they would have had to make the fight. It wouldn't have been no waiting. The PBC nor Top Rank could have did nothing about it. Because if you don't fight your mandatory, you got to get rid of your belt. Plain and simple. Same shit with Canelo Alvarez. When they gave him the extension, and he didn't want to fight Derevyanchenko, he had to give her this belt.
Yeah, they strip your ass. But I don't see them letting that fight. I think they been knew that they was gonna get out of marbles. That fight wouldn't happen till it was filed. It's strips.
But Earl told you though, I'm
Too much.
gonna take care of my side of the street, beat all these good fighters over here, and then I'm gonna come take your shit. But he ain't say. I mean, he said in his interview, he was like, I'm gonna get all the belts that's on my side, and I'm gonna go over there and take the belt from whoever has it.
Yeah, I think the main problem was Bob Arum just didn't have no fighters to feed Terrence Crawford. I won't say I don't think Crawford didn't want. Well, I don't know. I mean, I can't. When I think about the Uga situation, and I had to take that back. So I
It's the same
digress.
shit. It's the same shit Bob Arum doing at 135. Come on, man. Cause he got Terrence Crawford over there. That means PBC got to slow down their business to deal with Top Rank. No, at 135, he had T.O. and Lomachenko. He froze Devin Haney out just to make the fight on his network. And try
That's
to
a
make it
fact.
a 4-belt fight when it really was a 3-belt fight.
Facts. That's
Facts.
a
All
fact.
facts there.
That's a
Yeah.
fact.
It's a part of business because at the end of the day, if the welterweight division was flipped over to the Top Rank side, it
It's
went
the
the
same
same way.
thing. Right. That's a fact. I agree. That's why I was never with the whole this one's ducking, that one's ducking. It was business, but a lot of people don't want to talk about the business, so I get it.
Yeah, I stay out the business.
But that was Terrence Crawford going with that bullshit. Nigga, you knew what the fuck's going on, man. Come on, man. You knew what was going on. The boy told you when he was right there with you. When y'all met up and when Bob Arum was right there, when Bob Arum was talking all that bullshit and Earl called him out on it, he was right there. He said, I'm a WBC belt, Sean Porter got it. We're gonna wait to, Keith Thurman ready for me or whatever, whoever, and I'm gonna get that belt, and then I'm gonna come take yours. We gonna fight. That's exactly what he told him when the Ellie Sackback shit kicked off. But this the bitch ass shit about Terrence Crawford that I don't understand.
Here we go, man.
I'm just saying. This the shit I don't understand. You go to a fucking fight, a pandemic fight, for what? You still knew you wasn't gonna get the fight. Bam. But when it's time to go to the fight, where it's 40,000 people at this fight, 40,000 plus, probably 50. They say the pay-per-view is 700. You ain't want to go to this joint. Why?
For what?
What you mean
Yeah.
for what?
For what, man? Well, he don't gain nothing by going there.
He do gain something. How they talking about this fight now?
Right.
This shit would be talked about if Terrence Crawford would have went there, got in the ring, said a little bullshit, jabbed back and forth with words with Spence. That should have been talked about till the fight happened. I'm talking about every day. How niggas doing this shit now? Every day they will be talking about this shit till the fight happens.
I agree. I agree. I agree with that 100%. And people say he didn't need to be there. I think I agree with you, Batman, because I feel like why go to the Danny Garcia fight when this dude's coming off a car accident and then act tough and be like this guy don't want to fight me and all that, knowing you still had a top rank fight on your contract, knowing you still had one, so it wasn't going to happen. But once she's free, We don't see him.
Then he goes to the Danny Garcia fight when Danny, I'd have beat Danny worse than that. What you do all that for? Why you ain't go to the fight? Why
I
you
don't
ain't go
get
to
it.
the fight?
That part I don't get.
Yeah,
Man,
you
if
see.
I know you gonna say my name and I know we about to head on site.
But you see what they did with Pacquiao. Pacquiao don't even fucking talk. When they thought Mikey Garcia was gonna beat Earl Spence, they brought Pacquiao to the fucking fight before he could get in the ring.
Facts. And that
But
was
Pacquiao was a pay-per-view name anyway. He was gonna do them numbers regardless.
Dog, they just did. Dog, this is the biggest fight. I don't care if Terrence Crawford don't sell. You know why Terrence Crawford don't sell? Because they ain't put nobody against him for him to sell. That was Bob Burnham fault. They ain't put him in a fight where it would have been a 50-50 fight, where as though he was going to sell. Now you get with a motherfucker that he sells by himself for real. It's just proven. He sells by himself. He bring in roughly 250. And with y'all gonna bring in $1 million because everybody want to see this fight.
right.
And if you would have gotten in the ring and talked the shit, you probably how ESPN trying to fake run with it now, they would have ran with it real big, and y'all probably got $1 million plus.
Yep.
Come on, man. It's just that nigga don't know how to do business. He don't know how to do business. He one of them niggas that just like what a motherfucker give to him. If the number sound good, oh yeah, I like that number. Instead of saying, damn, if you offering me this, how much I'm really worth?
Yeah, I gotta agree with that part. I don't think the business part is too smart, and that's why OTB I was kept saying he should fight Keith Thurman. It's just because now look at this. This fight Earl just did is gonna be huge. It was huge, right? 40,000 people came out. We're still waiting on the pay per view numbers. Everyone's every rumor I hear is above 500,000. I mean, we don't know. We gotta wait for something as close to official as we could get. But when they get to the negotiating table, right? What leverage does Terrence Crawford have? He doesn't have any.
He ain't about to have no leverage anyway. He got the three. He didn't let him get the 3 straps.
But the thing is, when it comes to negotiation, he's real arrogant to where I mean, look, then we have to call Cap, right? Because he ran his whole campaign of saying Earl was ducking him because he wanted 50-50 himself based on what he did in the past. So if that's the case now, then we know now, like we all know that he don't deserve it.
What he do in the past?
Right.
He ain't do nothing but collect belts. And when they did do pay-per-view, he did his first pay-per-view was 50,000.
That's like an all-time low. That's pretty bad, man. You know what I'm saying? That's my only thing when I say he should fight Thurman. It's just like it makes it a lot easier for the fight to be made if he does a decent number because his number and Earl numbers are so far apart. They're not even in the same stratosphere.
But Earl willing to give him 60-40.
Yeah, like you said, I'll take off my jacket, but I ain't gonna give it to him. I mean,
Yeah,
exactly. So shit, he know he got to take that.
Yeah, but if he don't take that and it comes out that he's bullshitting, talking about want to high guaranteed money and all this shit, like I told you, I will give him me. If it was me, I'm gonna give you what Bob Burnham paid you. I give you $6 million, roughly $7 million up front, and you get the back end on the 40% on the pay-per-view.
I don't see that neither.
He ain't gonna go for that.
Yeah, it's too much money involved for that.
You know that,
I think that it's gonna be a cool 60-40 split, and I think that they already know that. Yeah, I mean,
that's what I just said.
Cool with that.
a 60-40 split. I'm gonna
Right.
give, because for real, EJ be taking 3 million and get his back end off, get his shit off the back end.
Yep.
Come on, man. I'm giving you more than my top fighter that sells more than you get.
I gotta agree with you, Bat.
By now, you niggas been getting rich. I wouldn't give a fuck. Shit, them niggas better fight.
Yeah,
They
but
gotta fight. I don't give a fuck what they sign for. I don't care about none of them numbers, none of that shit. Y'all gotta fight, and y'all gotta fight each other.
I don't care about their numbers and what they get either. All I'm saying is Terrence Crawford has a track record of not being the most cooperative when it comes to negotiations. That's all I'm saying. So it's going to be tough. I mean, it's evident. It's like he got something against the PVC because he wouldn't just go over there and sign. You know, just all the fighters he complained about that was ducking him. Now he could get fights with them, and it's like he don't want those fights.
He know Keith Thurman tough.
Yep. And I honestly feel like, yeah, he'll beat Keith Thurman, but he may not want the wear and tear that come with that fight than to go fight at Errol Spence. And that's the difference between him and Earl.
Keith.
Keith ain't got a chance in hell to beat him.
Oh, God. Keith got a puncher's chance, dog, and he knows that, dog. He knows that, dog. Pete, y'all keep faking like Keith Thurman can't fucking fight, man. Stop this shit, man. Stop this shit, man.
I ain't say he can't fight. I said he good at a lot of shit, but he ain't great at nothing, and he don't have no power to be knocking nobody out, man.
He do. He got power for the first 6 rounds. Keith got power for the first 6 rounds, man. Now let's keep it real. He got power for the first 6 rounds.
He ain't hurting nobody, man. Keith not hurting nothing, and I don't want to see that shit. Hell nah, y'all gonna sign the next fight. Gotta be each other.
I don't want to see it either, because the fight is already here. But I'm just telling y'all keep on saying like Keith Thurman can't really beat no Terrence Crawford.
Man, that shit gonna look like Sean Porter all over again.
Nah, I don't
what?
think so.
Fuck no, man. Stop this shit, man.
Probably earlier. The way Keith get hurt to the body, probably earlier.
Man, let's keep it real. Keith beat Sean Porter better than both of them. It was clean.
You got a formula to beat him now, Bat.
Huh?
You got a formula to beat him, man. It's different.
What
you
got
mean?
Don't nobody fight like Pacquiao. Neither one of them fight like Pacquiao. That quick. Neither one of them got fast hands and jump from angle to angle like Pacquiao. So it's no formula. That's the only formula. Pacquiao got it.
But we ain't just see Keith get hurt.
He always get hurt.
Get hurt to the body.
That's not new.
That's nothing new.
I don't want to see this shit. And it's gonna look just like he gonna end that man's career. And then he done walk Sean Porter and Keith Thurman out of boxing to fight Errol Spence at the beginning of next year. Man, and that makes 6 years we done waited on this shit. Meanwhile, he just steady getting older. Hell,
he could afford Boots then, man. When he was waiting, Boots was calling him out, talking about.
Man, Boots ain't even no champion, man. Everybody keep talking about he need to fight Boots. Boots ain't no champion.
All right, so
y'all don't know how Boots gonna react main event night in Las Vegas. You don't know how he gonna react. You don't know how he gonna perform.
What champion has Bud Crawford's foot other than Jeff Horn?
Right. You beat me to the question.
Regardless, he fought Jeff Horn.
Oh man,
he fought Jeff Horn. Even if Jeff Horn the only one.
After Jeff Horn, what champion has Terrence Crawford fought?
Jeff Horn can be the only one as long as we talking about Boots.
I'm just saying.
Boots general.
Shit, Jeff Horn can be the only one as long as we talking about Boots until Boots accomplish that.
What the fuck did Jose Benavidez accomplish?
Right.
You said what?
What did Jose Benavidez accomplish?
I ain't saying it ain't about what he accomplished, because that's who he had to fight. And that's who he ended up fighting. But as long as we talking about Boots, who ain't no champion,
who ain't no champion, who ain't beat no champion. No, I'm not talking. We not. No, you
Jose
got to do
Benavidez
that
ain't
first.
be no champion.
That's like me talking about. That's like me saying we ain't talking about that. That's like me saying that Bud can go up to Jermell Charlo and fight him first, and say fuck
That's not
the
like saying
EJ
that.
fight.
He's not at one. He can go up there and fight him
Like,
first.
yeah, he can, but I don't want to see that shit neither.
What? So you don't want to see him fight Bud? But Boots fight Bud?
No, hell nah. Hell
What the
nah.
fuck?
I watch on. I want to see that fight after the EJ fight. I want to see that EJ fight. Nah, I gotta see that.
All right,
5 years I done waited to see this shit.
Listen, I'm talking about before the EJ for I ain't talking about now. I'm talking about before EJ had. I mean before Boots had got a fight back in what February when he was trying to make the fight with Terrence Crawford. If he would have made that fight, would you want to see it?
Whole world
Hell
would want
nah,
to see
because
that.
Boots got a chance to win that fight. That's a winnable fight for Boots. So if Boots win that fight, EJ ain't giving goddamn it Bud the fight.
EJ would have had to give Boots the fight because Boots
Oh,
got the belt.
not Boots. I said EJ ain't giving Bud the fight. If Bud loses that fight to goddamn it Boots, then
gonna have
EJ
to
ain't
fight
about to
Boots.
still fight him. That's a winnable fight for Boots. I don't want to see that. I just told you I want to see EJ and Bud hit first.
Boots steps in Bud's spot.
Right.
You said Boots step in what?
I said if Boots beat Bud, he steps in Bud's spot
for Earl to fight because he
for
said he
Earl
wanted
to fight Boots.
Exactly. Right. Then I just wanted to see EJ and Bud fight for 4 years, for 5 years for nothing.
Boxing, man. I thought you were a fan of boxing.
That's
the best man wins. See, that's how I know when motherfuckers be saying they're a fan of boxing.
Hell nah, man. Oh, hell nah. I just waited 4 years to see this shit and it don't happen.
All right, but if the best man, but you want to see the best fighter fight the best fighter.
I'm just saying it would have happened if he'd agreed to the fight in February. Shit, they could have fought now.
And then not only that, but now on the flip side, shit, once he beat Boots, then what?
Boots then still beat him. He beat him. Boots still is 24 years old. He still can revive his career.
Yeah, look what Erickson Lubin did after he lost.
Look how long it took Erickson Lubin.
It took him that long.
I mean, he was the mandatory.
Got knocked out like 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago.
3 years ago.
Right back.
Yeah, he
3 years ago. But
yeah, that's all I'm saying is like if he would have took the fight with Boots back, because you got to remember there was a whole standing on this.
Sound like y'all wanted him to lose the Boots, so that shit.
I just want to see him.
No, it ain't about him losing the Boots.
I just want to see him in tough competition fights.
Right,
he hasn't been in one.
Right, and that's another thing. What my issue has been a lot with a lot of Bud fans and Bud supporters is that when you bring up a tough fight for Bud to fight, besides Errol Spence, the energy is changed. Right? It's like y'all have a problem with him doing what Errol has been doing. You know, taking risky fight after risky fight. You know, whether it's going overseas to fight Kell Brook in his home, whether it's going to fight, Sean Porter, or people may say Mikey Garcia wasn't that risky because he was a smaller guy moving up, or fighting just the heart to fight Danny Garcia after his accident, fighting a Ugas after eye surgery in a 17-month layoff. I mean, these are the things why what Batman said is true about Errol has built himself up to fight Terrence Crawford. And I be trying to tell y'all that it's going to be a whole different ball game when he get in there with somebody who's just as good as him on a level, on the same level he's on, because he ain't used to being in there with that. He ain't used to it. When you the huge favorite all the time in your fights, I mean, how do you grow as a fighter in the ring?
You
That's
don't?
why he need this fight. That's why he want this fight. Shit, it ain't like he don't want the fight.
Nah, he ain't want that Boots work. The reason I really want to see him in Boots because he ain't won it.
Man, if he stop Boots, man, what do his career gain from that?
The same thing again for beating all them other bums.
10 years from now, they gonna be like, well, he beat him when he was young. Boots was young then.
No,
Okay,
Boots. I mean,
so
Boots going. If Boots go on, that's just like when
Boots hadn't even been a champion yet. He picked on
oh
Boots for real. Like that's gonna be the narrative.
man, that's not gonna be no narrative. Boots was a fucking Boots is 28-0. He deserves a shot at whoever right now. He did
right,
his job.
he did his job. 26 knockouts, 28 no, 26 knockouts, and on top of it, it's like
And once he dog walk Castillo Clayton, he can get he'll have his shot.
Yeah,
right,
but he deserves a shot now. He did
right,
his job.
right.
That's why he getting it. But
That,
deserving the
Nah.
shot for all of this.
Hey, how did Virgil get in the spot before this guy?
mm,
I just want to know.
You said
right.
Virgil?
Keep on saying he
I
fought
don't
tough
fuck with
competition.
Virgil neither.
What tougher competition he fought? He
Yeah,
fought a
nah,
guy.
I want to see Virgil Boots.
You never want to see that fight. They scared of him. Virgil is definitely scared of a guy that can move and that can punch and got high IQ boxing. You heard when he was with Robert Garcia when Boots' name got mentioned. Oh, we got 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. We'll be ready for him. What the fuck?
And I think Boots dog walk Virgil, but
I think Boots dog walk Terrence Crawford.
nah, I don't see that.
I see it, and I'm
I
not
Better
don't
saying
see
he
jab.
that.
can.
Better jab.
I don't see that,
He
man.
can do the same thing Bud can do.
I don't
But
see that.
All right,
you know what Boots can do that Bud can't do? He can fight in the inside.
yep,
He can inside fight. He's a 3 and D. Bud's not. Bud's a 2 and D. And he don't even have D for real, man. Come on, man. Bud get hits a lot.
I gotta see more out of Boots, man.
I
What
don't
more you
know.
gotta see out of him?
Right, yeah, that's
I
what I'm
gotta see
saying.
more out of Boots.
But why do people say that when
Cause
they know in the game of boxing, a lot of these guys like Boots Ennis, it's hard for them to get a fight with the top guys. The top guys wait till he's like a mandatory because it's a high risk low reward. So I don't like when people say I gotta see more from this guy when this guy wants to fight, so other people don't want to fight him. Like he's not the one stating like Virgil Ortiz's team, like, oh well, give us another year or 2 years or 4 years. The guy say he want to fight now, and and I hate to keep harping on this, but I have to, right? Why, like, I don't understand how y'all don't see that shit was a bitch move that Terrence Crawford just took a vacation after Sean Porter and didn't like he had a guy who was ranked number 2 in his own sanctioning body who had no fight, and this guy still he ain't signed no contracts yet. He ain't made no announcements yet. This guy still just sat around and waited and clout chased Errol Spence.
Man, why fight that fight? You know you'd just waited to get off of this contract to fight fight for undisputed.
because
That makes no
if
sense.
you that good,
That man,
good, you gonna win.
Right.
If you this good, you're gonna win. If you believe in yourself that much, you're gonna win. He's just another fighter that's there to lose.
Right. And that's the difference between his pound for pound status to me and Floyd pound for pound status to me. Is Floyd, when he saw Canelo at that age, he jumped on him. He beat him. He didn't make no excuses. He jumped on him and beat him. He beat him when he was young and early.
And
He
and
beat him with experience.
and Floyd was 36 years old. At 36 years old, that's old as shit in boxing. That's
Fact.
when the young try to feed on you.
Canelo had 43 fucking fights.
He
I
had
know that.
44 fights.
And got the shit beat out of him.
You
That's
know,
why that's
So
why he
his
gonna get
ass wasn't that young.
he
and
was
no one said,
23.
no one was saying, "Oh, what did Canelo do to deserve the fight?"
He got the
And that's
fight.
all. That's what I'm saying. He got they fought, and I don't understand another premise. I don't understand it. How do you name a guy the best in the world and say he's number one pound for pound, but then you make excuses for him not to fight good fighters? I like. I don't understand. Like I don't
I ain't never
understand it.
said he was pound for pound number one.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm just saying. There's a vast majority. If it's not you specifically, there is a vast majority. Most people say between him and Canelo. You know,
I told
it's
y'all that pound for pound shit some bullshit to me. Either you better than the person you fighting, or you only as good as the person you fighting. Fuck all that.
Nah, they don't use it right. The pound for pound is used for your skill set. If you was the same size as the guy and take your skill set against that guy's skill set, how would you look against him? How would your skill set fare against that guy? But other than that, they don't do that. They try to add in this, they add in that. And look, man. At the end of the day, if Terrence Crawford, this guy y'all say is, when nobody make up no excuses why he need to fight this person, why he need to fight that person. He's that good to do it.
Ain't no reason. I just don't want to see the shit, man. Ain't no reason. I don't want to see shit but him fighting
Oh,
EJ.
now, but he could have when EJ came off his fight, he could have been going into which kind of fight by about time November, September. Him and EJ should have been fighting, man.
He
yeah. And
never
then why
fight
don't
twice a year though. Dude
at, Bat-
always fight once a year.
at Batman?
No, he only been fighting once a year because motherfucker Bob Burnham ain't trying to pay him his money. No, I don't have nobody to fight. I don't have nobody to fight you. I gotta pay you $6 million guaranteed.
Right. And there's
I'm
nobody I can make my money back with doing this. So it's a
doing
loss
this.
every time. Right.
So you're gonna fight once a year.
Right. Facts. Facts. Yeah. The other thing I'm shocked that no one has really called out is, you know, how when Keith Thurman, Terrence Crawford, when he was quote unquote on the other side of the street, he has said something about fighting Keith Thurman, and or Keith Thurman was asked about it. Keith Thurman said, before he fought Barrios, I need X amount of months before I fight Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford said, "Oh, why he don't believe in himself? Why he don't, you know what I'm saying? Like why can't he just fight me now?" But now it's like you don't want to fight Keith Thurman. That's the issue I have. That's like one of the main issues I have is that all of these
Because I
guys
could tell
that
you when Keith Thurman was talking about something, I don't know who Terrence Crawford is.
yeah, but
Like,
see,
come
but here's
on,
the
man.
thing.
Don't do
It's
that shit now.
Bro,
Like,
that was
hold on,
back then though.
hold on. But
Bro,
my
they
point is
just went. They
my
just
regardless
point.
went
of when
through.
it was, you still
It
nah.
do. Cause when you dog, all these niggas do that shit. That's like he throwing it to Boots. He acting like he don't know who Boots is.
Right. I'm just saying, all these guys that when he was couldn't get a fight with Top Rank and they ain't had nobody, he was sitting around saying Earl was ducking him because he ain't had no opponents, and he wanted to fight all these guys now whether they had a belt or not. Once he got freed up, he switched up. I'm just
No,
saying.
once he
Switch
looked
up.
good,
Why would you change
once
the
he looked
goddamn
good against
GPS
Barrios,
destination? Like,
cuz
why? Were
he
you right
changed
there?
he changed his own destination, OTB. He did this. When he got on Sean Porter podcast, he said he wanted to fight Keith Thurman. That's what he said. Ain't nobody tell that man to say that out of his mouth.
Right.
Wow. Keith Thurman say, all right, cool. I'll fight you. Let me get a tune up. Oh, why you need a tune up, man? Why you need a tune up? Man, what?
Then when it's presented to him, then you say something else.
Yeah, then when the man free, we can fight in June. We can fight in June, and then if you beat me, you can go fight Earl anyway in November.
Facts.
But you know what I'm saying? They be throwing foots in their mouths, man. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, he could have had Keith over on Top Rank, but he didn't want it. He didn't want it. His fat ass coach with Keith Thurman. What Keith Thurman got that we want? He don't got nothing we want. What?
Yep, we only want to fight guys with belts.
He but you fought Kell Brook.
Right. And on the same show, he said Kell Brook was washed up and broken, and then turned around and fought
Yes.
him next. I mean, these are all facts. You're not making nothing up. So,
Come on, man. So at the end of the day, Keith Thurman just lost to a Manny Pacquiao that went 12 rounds. That was a competitive fight. If Manny Pacquiao ain't get that knockdown, Keith
He'd have
Thurman
lost.
probably would have won the fight.
Facts. You outlanded
So-
him in that fight.
Come on, man.
It's a fact.
And then let's go here. When he beat Kell Brook, he want to fight Manny Pacquiao. He didn't say he wanted to fight Earl Smith. The nigga he's just a wild dude, man. I think that's that Nebraska.
There wasn't no point in him saying he was gonna fight Errol Spence. Errol Spence already told EJ told everybody what he was about to do.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, OTB. They asked him on ESPN. Look, the whole ESPN broadcast when he fought Kell Brook, they had Earl Spence picture all over everything. Everything. And they asked, who do you want to fight next? And then they said, then they said, do you want to fight? He said Pacquiao. The announcer asked him specifically, more than Earl Spence? And he said yes. They asked him, who does he want to fight more?
But you knew
Not
that
if
was some bullshit anytime he said he wanted to fight Pacquiao, because they was both on Top Rank and he didn't get that fight. So shit, it wasn't gonna happen when Pacquiao was over there.
He didn't get the fight because motherfucking Pacquiao sell more than him. Why would I fuck up my cash cow, give him to you, and you can't? I don't. And Bob Earl blatantly comes out and say he don't know how to promote black fighters. And I don't know why he even signed these guys. If you don't know how to promote them, why sign them?
Just network money.
Because he gonna keep them active.
Money.
That's about all he gonna do. He
All
gonna
right,
keep them
but
active.
if you can't,
That's
if
about
you
it.
can't, if you want to keep them active, but you know if you keep them active, their name gonna get a little bit bigger, and they gonna want more money, like all the time, every fighter he has, and then they leave and go and get to the promised land.
Facts.
Why sign them if you don't know how to promote? If you don't know how to promote my color of people, why sign them?
Because 100% of something is better than 0% of nothing. That's why he signed them.
I know why he signed them. But why come out and say all that bullshit about us? And these goofy motherfuckers still go sign to him. Man, at the end of the day, you know, the lower weight class is eating off of them. You know, Shakur, and at the end of the day, Shakur better be happy that Terrence Crawford went through this bullshit. Because if Terrence Crawford ain't go through this bullshit, you wasn't getting Valdez.
Thanks.
Yeah, true. You damn sure what? It was about to get Valdez and Navarrete.
Yeah, Navarrete, and they was about to give Bert Choke the Shakur.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna wrap it up because I gotta work in the morning. So, guys, I appreciate you. I appreciate you back. The content always good. OTB.
Man, thanks, Kwame.
Always, man. You family, man.
Facts, bet.
Yeah, OTB. Salute to you. Great film breakdown. I love to watch film, so you know, keep putting in that work over there on your channel. Let everyone know where they can find you as well.
Yeah, we at OTB Boxing Class 1-on-1, all media platforms. We definitely working, got some shit going on.
Yes, sir. And we keep putting in that work because we definitely gonna broadcast your great work and your great film breakdowns
Yeah, I'm about to
up in
drop
here.
Tyson Fury Dylan White tonight, probably, man. That should be up in the morning.
You need to
Appreciate it,
go.
man.
You need to go put in that Earl Spencer and do a lot of homework on Earl and Crawford, and don't use no Sean Porter fight. Use this new material and go back to Bundu and
Kell Brook and Algieri.
yeah,
I,
Carol Brook and Nigeria.
I got you, man. I'm gonna give your boy his flowers, man. I'm gonna give him his flowers. Shit, his flyers speak for themselves. His garden speak for itself. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like EJ got some talent, man. And
Man,
regardless of who I think gonna win, I'm gonna show you what the hell they do bad first.
Yeah, you can show what they do bad and show what what they do great. Show
Yeah, got us.
what might work in the fight. Cause at the end of the day, you're not gonna really get that from Terrence Crawford because he hasn't fought nobody like Earl Spence that come that at one point in the fight he just gonna come after you.
Yeah, with that type of pressure, man. When you ain't seeing that type of pressure, and that's the thing. That's what's gonna be so tough to break down about that fight, man. Because ain't neither one of them got no film on the opposition. Yeah, I mean, doing what the opposition really do. Because Terrence Crawford really goes southpaw, and EJ ain't got no film on no south against no southpaws.
this is true.
And then Bud, goddamn it, ain't got no film with nobody that come forward with the IQ that EJ got, because EJ got that shit ain't just a regular come forward, man. That's a transparent offensive strategy, bro, where that jab opened up so much shit. And true enough, you can eliminate that jab. But I just showed, man, EJ can counterpunch too. And now you done seen him fight in the pocket. So shit, you gonna have to fight him on all three dimensions.
Facts, facts, man. But salute to you guys. Definitely salute to the chat. We definitely appreciate you guys. We'll be back at it on Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you guys check us out. Make sure you guys go subscribe to OTB Boxing Class 101 and stay loyal to the game. And we out of here. Peace.
Peace out.